Hello everyone, we are starting right away. I'm just going to tell everybody that I'm ready. We are going to start our broadcast. I decided to just do the thing that I need to do. So let me just unmute myself. Okay, so let's wait for everybody. Just had coffee not too long ago. Oh, hey, Mr. Husky, welcome to the stream.
Hello.
Hello, folks.
Hello, everyone. Hello. And welcome,
We
everybody.
rise from the ashes.
Yes, we rise from the ashes. Okay, so, Lior, how much time you said you will take him to come here?
He said he's got a cleaning thing, so I don't know how long
Might be
it'll
half
take.
an hour.
Maybe,
Might
yeah,
get in
I
half
don't
an
know.
hour. Yeah.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Okay. So, hello and welcome everybody to our podcast. We're going to have some nice talk. Right now we are having a guest here with Crash. And right now we have Mr. Hero and Shadow. And all of us
Hello.
each of us will get time to introduce each of us. So, let's start with Crash. By the way, how are you
Alright.
doing, Crash?
I'm doing good. How are
Oh, oh, um, oh, we cannot
Kinda
hear.
cut out there. Well,
Yeah, it got cut off. Crash?
Oh, could you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can
Yes,
hear you
yes,
right
yes,
now.
yes, yes.
Awesome, great.
Perfect. That was weird.
Yeah,
Hi,
That was
how are
very
you
weird.
doing?
yeah.
Well,
And the way that you been muted was really weird too.
Yeah, I
yeah.
think my the on button for my microphone was like in the middle of on and off, and that's why it was like that.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Yeah, it should only
yeah.
have the
I'm sorry
option
if
to
it
on and
sounded
off.
weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that if you have a device that have options for on and off, it should never let you the option to get in the middle. It should just jump to either of them, so it will never be stuck on that because it's weird. Well, anyway,
Yeah, that was
Mm.
crazy.
yeah. Okay, Crash, introduce yourself, please.
Hi everyone. My name is Crash, or you could say Crash Showcase. I'm a variety VTuber. Pretty much stream different types of video games. I'm doing a podcast with you guys now, and
Yeah.
I am the member of the Crash Out crew, and just love hanging out with people.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay. Thank you very much for coming by.
Yay!
Yay! Yeah. Uh, okay, Mr. Hira, your turn. Your turn.
Yeah. Alright. Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing amazing today. My name is Mr. Hero. I'm a variety content creator over on YouTube. And I'm currently working on the final episode of my Skylanders Nuzlocke. Not actually going to be the final, just the final for that specific game. I'll be moving on to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
And also working on a Borderlands series, so look
Oh,
forward to that.
nice. Good luck with that.
Well, that's
Awesome.
awesome.
Nice. Good luck. Awesome. Shadow, your turn.
Hello there, little adventurers. It is I, your favorite Shadow Boy YouTuber of all time. I am on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok at the same time, streaming-wise. So go wherever it's more convenient. But I would advise you not to check out TikTok because it loves to be a bitch and give me too many restrictions.
Nice.
And also sometimes the stuff doesn't work. I am a VTuber that loves to play RPGs, especially story-wise, with mostly anime, cartoony, or pixelated art styles. And I see myself as an edgelord and comedian. Nice to meet you.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay, okay, so I will introduce myself. Hello everyone, I'm NarrativeSora. I'm a variety streamer. I play a lot of RPGs, JRPGs, and action game. I'm also a programmer. Work on some other stuff like some kind of stuff like apps and games and stuff like that. So yeah, I have that stuff, and also am enjoying a lot of chaos and stuff like that. And yeah, welcome everybody to our podcast. So today we're going to talk our journey as creators. But before we're actually going to start that, we actually want to talk about a very interesting topic that I'm sure everybody will like to talk about it, which
Yes.
is the Nintendo Direct Bumbaga Bum.
Yeah, the Switch 2. The Switch 2
The
stuff.
Switch 2
yeah.
stuff, yeah. Again, I forgot it's much more early. Yeah, well, nothing we can do. Yeah, the time changes is it's a annoying. Yeah, I can get that. So
Yeah.
okay.
Time shift sucked.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so everybody, for those who don't know, there was a Nintendo Switch 2, man. Yeah, absolutely, Bowser. So yeah,
Exactly.
for those who don't know, Switch 2 has been announced, and with some of information about the device, the games that's gonna come out, but only one thing that they decide to not show in the direct, and that is the
Yep.
price. And
Yep.
the thing
Hmm.
is that right now they decided to put the games with something like around $80 to $90 when even if it's come to physical copies. When we get to that information, it's getting much more worse actually. And also,
Yeah, the more I look into it, it keeps getting worse. Not the
yeah,
games are not only the games are very overpriced, the console itself is like $500 already. And then we have to buy the controllers and the camera and this and that separately. It doesn't come in the same box as the console.
yeah, and the thing is that also, by the way, for those who don't know, there's updates for older games of Switch on the Switch 2, but this is actually cost money. So like right now,
Purchase an upgrade pack.
yeah, like they said, like from what probably everybody kind of got some information about it, they're saying it's gonna be around 15 to $20 for update. For let me repeat this, update for graphical. Just graphical updates. It's not like you're getting all the DLC or all the stuff. No, you're just getting an graphic updates, which is really annoying. The company is the console's price is fell down. The console price, I think it's a hit and miss and stuff like that because the thing, the console price is, let's face it, this is not a PS5. This is not gonna be as strong as the PS5 or Xbox Series X or a PC to be exact. I mean, let's face it, it's not make any sense. Also, also we have Crash here that actually hearing about this story right now. So
For the first time.
yeah, for the first
First
time.
time.
Yeah, hi. So Crash, just for what you hear, what do you think about that?
I think that's insane. I think that's the worst decision Nintendo could ever make in their lives. I mean,
Yeah,
clearly they're just trying to get money out of us, but bro, a regular Switch game by itself is like $60. Like
I know.
literally, what is the
They
point?
used to be like 40. They used to be like 40 or 20.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I mean,
You're
at the
paying-
moment, for like new games, like at the moment, like the price cap is like 60.
Yeah, but yeah, the
Yeah.
problem
I think
is,
at the moment with the new games and stuff, it's like 60 is like the main one. Nintendo
Yeah.
flying way above that.
yeah, there's also a very bad. There's also a thing that's going online about the fact that back when the Super NES was released, the game cost like $19-$80, but those kind of information are not that good for what we're actually having right now, because we're talking about when all those consoles were really at their peak. So it's make no sense that those stuff will actually consist when it's come to pricing. You're not supposed to increase your pricing. And also, we have games on the PS5 and Xbox Series X and PC that are definitely have really high quality graphic and stuff like that, and they cost $70. But what kind of
Yeah.
reason actually gives them to actually increase the price? There is no reason for that. You can say, yeah, we're gonna have 4K and 120 FPS. It's not justify the price. It's not justify the price.
Yeah.
And also,
Also,
when,
I have
oh yeah, you want to talk?
yeah. So you guys remember they gave us extra storage space in our console, right?
Yeah,
It has something to do with the physical copies, or like quote unquote physical copies they give us. Like
yeah.
they definitely download everything. They won't have us. They won't give us any chips with the full game on it, and they will want $10 more just for the box, basically.
Yeah,
with a code on it that only lets us download like 10% of the game. The rest we have to download online. This is basically just a license with the game key or whatever.
Yeah, I was
And
about
with
yes, I was
us
about to talk about
downloading everything, with us downloading everything, of course we need more storage space on the console. Normally it would be on the chip.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is that they're charging for a key, and just adding something like 10 to 20 bucks is just absolutely out of nowhere. And I think Nintendo probably doing it in order to inflate the prices of all the games, because let's face it, if they actually manage to go through with this and people will actually buy tons of games, and sadly
And it will be
they're
normalized.
yeah, that will be normalized. I think they want to normalize this price because they know they have fans that probably definitely going to buy this, even if it's going to cost a lot of money, and they're really counting on that. So they will actually will manage to actually continue with those kind of pricing. But I think it's all a lot of bullshit. Seriously, I'm
It
sure
is. It is.
it's really
I
Could
will
I
not
say
buy this
something?
shit.
what
I will
what
freaking
Could I
wait
say
strike
something?
against this, cancel them on Twitter, and make them do a 360. Okay, sorry.
Crash was about to say something. Yes.
You guys were talking about like a licensing chip, like something like that, right?
Yeah, the thing
So they're
is,
gonna basically give us a chip with a little bit of the game to basically have a license to download the game online.
yeah, it's
You
not
know
gonna
what
have
this
the full
kind of
game.
reminds me of?
What?
What?
Like I just remembered because I was messing with my 360. I remember how we used to have to like you would have two discs for the 360 games. It would have like one disc would like download like half of the game, and then another disc would download the rest of the game.
Yeah.
It like reminds me of it.
Well, there are games like that that are actually still doing that. Like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth actually still doing that. That you actually need to have
It's
two
just saying like, dude,
extra two
that's
discs.
so old, and you guys are still
But
doing that, you know?
but the discs that you are saying is like the game got split into two discs, right? In this
Mm-hmm.
case, it's you get the chip. It has a bit of the actual game on it, and the rest you have to download online.
Yeah, so it's mean that you don't have the full game.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's basically the same concept, just no disc.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Basically, but I want the physical copies. I want the discs. I want the chips. I am a collector. I need a physical thing, and this defeats the whole purpose
Yeah,
of it.
yeah, absolutely. I agree. I met back in, I'm reading a comment. Back in the mid late 2000, for example, the PS3 console launch price was insane, 5,000 US, but it did get a price drop once, years later. So I'm sure Nintendo might do the price drop in a few years. That actually also happened in the 3DS, from what I understand. They actually did the same thing. They really put it in a very high price, because after the DS they thought they can actually launch it at a very high price, but after that they dropped the price. Back in my days, it was 30, or it was 30 to 40. Okay.
Thank you, Husky.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Husky.
That's also
I'm-
around my age. That was also about the price when I got my first PS2 games, basically.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Is also continuing. I mean, Doom Eternal is like a 90 plus gigabyte for installed base game. The two-story DLC and all the cosmetic DLC is not more than 90 gigabyte. And I regret getting it on the Switch One. Yeah, it makes sense. Well, yeah, the Switch One is, let's face it, it's not the best way to actually play this kind of type of game on the Switch. Although I heard that they actually trying to actually make those type of game running on the Switch. It's preferred to actually buy it either on Steam Deck or just buy it on PC, Xbox, or PS5 or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, right now I think that's the worst thing about it, that they're trying to normalize those prices, and just I think that what they're probably trying to
Cancel
do.
them on Twitter.
Yeah,
Cancel them on Twitter.
probably, yeah.
Right now.
Yo, good luck canceling Nintendo.
Yeah, good luck with that. I think what they're
No,
probably...
we're not canceling Nintendo. We're just canceling the Nintendo Switch too.
Yeah, but I think what they're trying to normalize, I think what Nintendo trying to normalize is the fact that make all the games much more digital. I think that what they're planning to
Fuck
do
that.
is actually make you want to spend like less money. So it will be like, you want to get a normal price, then you need to buy it in the store and just buy it.
Dude.
You're gonna last month. But if you want to have the box, the nice box with the manual inside, you need to pay $20. I think
And the
that's
manual's
They're not
probably...
just a
even putting a
download
manual
code.
in it.
Yeah.
They're not even
The
putting the
manual's
manual
just a
in
download
it.
code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
This
It's
is
I
very
just
upsetting
looked
for
up
me.
when the PlayStation 4 came out and the price. Dude, 2013 for $400. Even back then, they were just trying to milk. Like, holy crap, bro! It's a console. Like, why
yeah,
$400? Why
Yeah,
$500? Why $600? It's a console that's gonna get replaced in like 2 years.
yeah, I
What
agree.
is the
exactly.
point?
Yeah,
Well, it
I
did take a
think.
while for the PS4 to get replaced. So
Yeah, I think what those companies
Yeah, but
thinking.
it's still PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation Slim and the Nintendo Switch 2, like the Nintendo OLED, like it's just the same thing
yeah,
over and over and over again,
Basically.
just
Yeah, I
pricier.
yeah,
think that
pretty
what
much.
I think what companies are right now thinking is like, oh yeah, we have a lot of fans that probably going to invest a lot of money in that, no problem at all, no matter what kind of price we're going to charge because they know we are the best, so they're going to buy our console. So I think that's probably what's going on through those companies' mind. But the thing is, Nintendo Switch doesn't have a good reason for people to actually buy this in that kind of price. And also, by the way, something that Mr. Hero actually remind me is that right now a lot of pre-orders has been cancelled of the Nintendo Switch, and that's because
Nice.
of
In the US.
in the US because of the announcement of tariffs. Although I'm calling it BS, I'm calling it a lot of BS. Probably just heard a lot of all the problem that's going around with the price and stuff. Although I'm guessing they're
Yeah,
probably
it's
going.
probably news-wise. They have to cover up the actual reasons, not to make
Yeah.
them look shitty.
Yeah,
Bitches.
but people are afraid. Yeah, but people were actually afraid that they're probably going to increase the price of the Switch. People are even saying that it's probably going to cost like $600.
Bro, just
Fuck
buy
you.
a PC.
Yeah,
At
Yes.
this point,
We can
just buy a
download
PC.
freaking games on Steam for $20.
yeah. I think
Come on, bro.
if
Just
they,
you could buy
yeah,
games for $5. You could buy games for $2 when it's sales.
Exactly.
yeah, I
Like the
agree with
good
that.
like the priciest ones on Steam are like $30.
Yeah, I think that
Come on, bro.
I
It's
think
like
if I
ridiculous.
yeah, totally. I think if they're gonna go through this, I think the first of all, I hope they will crash out from that. I think if a company
Hopefully.
think that they actually just go to our pockets and just say, oh yeah, we just have this stuff. Yeah, you want that? You don't care about the price, just buy it. Yeah, this is not how it works, dude.
Not in this economy. Nobody
Yeah,
has money, bruh.
yeah, everybody have to
Just
worry.
turn to Mr. Krabs.
Yeah,
Yep.
Mr. Crab, I love money.
They're
Uh,
literally using this meme on Twitter for them at the moment.
Yep.
Like literally.
Max
It's just a
said,
Nintendo face. Hello, I like money.
yeah, I know,
Yeah,
I need to know, I
exactly.
like money. Man,
Actually, so sad.
yeah, it's really sad that they're going
This is
through
very
doing
sad.
that because I think that there was a kind of a goodwill what happened when it's come with Nintendo that everybody with the Switch and everybody have this time with a lot of people that actually buying the Switch because it was with okay price and everybody have access to this. And the fact that now they're using all this goodwill to actually milk their users to buy a new console in a very high price, it's so not justified because they have competitors that actually cost less than their stuff their console, and not only that, you can play PC games. You can like Steam Deck,
Exactly.
I have
Like
actually
Nintendo, you're not the only company that sells games, you know?
yeah, but
We have Sony, we have Steam, we have basically a lot of bunch of other people that actually want to get the games out.
yeah, I think what they're probably thinking is that yeah, we'll increase the price and it will be normalized and everybody will forget about it. I think they were thinking about it because of the rumors about GTA 6 going to be $100. Man, if this
I ain't
actually
buying that, bro.
if it's gonna cost $100, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying the game. There's no
Same.
way.
Yeah.
No way.
I mean, with the amount of storage it's going to take to actually download GTA 6, you'll probably have to either spend more money on those storage things, even though I don't think they'd help
Okay,
that
guys,
much.
counter.
Or get rid of
I
stuff.
need to add something to this.
Okay.
You guys know GTA 5.
Mm-hmm.
What?
You know GTA 5.
Yeah, of course.
Do
Yes.
you remember how long the loading screens were? Just imagine GTA 6's loading screens.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
don't.
That's probably gonna take a while. Yeah.
On my Xbox One, the loading screens took at least like 2 minutes.
Yeah, they
In
were
the worst
long.
cases.
In the worst.
30.
Yeah, but
Try 30 on GTA 5.
yeah, well, let's face it. But when this game, what GTA 5, when it's finished loading, you have a really good game. So you can, when it kind of improved when they actually put it in different consoles and stuff like that. Although they're kind of been milking this game for a very long time, so it's a really good time. It's about time that they
They have,
stop
yeah.
using that game. So they've been using this game for how much time already? From the PS3 to the PS5. We're talking about 3 generations of consoles already. This is crazy how much
Okay,
time.
let me check when GTA 5 was actually released.
Okay.
Because they're still making it to this day.
Okay. So Crash, what kind of input do you have on this entire stupid stuff? All right. So just give your.
2013, guys. 2013.
Oh
I
boy.
think it's complete bullshit because if you really look at it, right,
Mm-hmm.
from what maybe like 2012 or like 2010, whenever the Xbox 360 and like PlayStation 3 came out, you already had to like certain things we already had to pay for like PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live, and then it was like $10-20 a month. You're spending like a couple thousand a year just on online stuff. And then it's just like no matter what, they're making money. They have always made money off of us no matter what we do. So what's Nintendo gonna do next? Oh, Nintendo Switch Plus or some bullshit. Now you play online software so you don't have to do those licensing stuff, or it takes out less fees. Oh, here's cheaper games. No, it's just gonna keep on getting expensive.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Yeah.
sitting there, you just got scammed out of $600-700. Now you're paying a subscription fee every single month. That's a grand or two every single year, and then you're sitting there being like, wow, I barely even use this thing. Or is
Yeah.
it even
You're
worth
right.
spending a
Yeah.
thousand,
Yeah.
2,000 every single year just to play a game?
Yeah, you're right.
I
Yeah,
would just
bro.
buy myself. I would just buy myself a proper GameCube. Figure out how to stream from it, and then do that.
Hmm.
I actually
See?
want to buy a GameCube.
I
GameCube's
want
are
to buy one
expensive.
as well.
Yeah. I actually want to buy GameCube just so I can play Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
I want to replay Pokemon Colosseum, bro.
Mario Kart
See,
Double
I don't
Dash.
understand why they don't just revamp some of the older consoles just so people can have that access instead of
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
I think it's like the Nintendo Switch.
yeah,
Like they
they
don't
did with
have
the
specific
many
games that
S,
you
but
can't
like
Well,
even play that are old.
they actually did announce that the GameCube games are actually coming to the Switch 2, but only on the Switch 2. You can only do the Switch Online of GameCube only on Switch 2. So right now they actually
But
announced a couple of games.
with the
So that
GameCube, you can still get the physical copies. Here, you just pay a monthly fee,
Yeah.
and then you're fucked
Wow.
afterwards. You can't keep the game.
yeah,
Wow. So then it's not yours.
yeah, it's not yours.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And they're
not
gonna
being
try
yours.
to do the same thing with the physical copies of Nintendo Switch 2.
Dude, at this point, just buy a freaking Nintendo Wii. It's like $30.
I have the
Go
Wii,
to
the Wii
whatever
U.
stores
Nintendo
you
Wii's peak
have
console.
and
Yeah,
buy the
peak indeed.
specific GameCube games and just play that because you're gonna lose so much more money. I'd rather you spend $50 on an old retro game that you get to
Yes.
keep forever
I agree.
than $10-20 a month that you don't pay it one month because you can't afford it. Oh
lose it
look, that one
instantly.
game you really want, you can't play it no more.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that's a
You have to
problem.
pay for it again.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
Okay,
That's a
wait.
very good problem that's just said right now, right there. The thing is, when they actually have when it's actually on stores and stuff like that, they actually have access to say if the game cannot be playable or not being like you can download the game or not, or buy the game or not, and they can just like with the flip switch, they can actually delete the game. And because it's on our stores, and if it's not our store, you cannot get it. So we actually had that kind of
Also,
stuff.
I want to read out Mr. Husky's
Oh yeah,
comments
go.
because he's
Yeah,
making a really
before
good
that,
point here.
yeah, I want you to read that. I actually was about to read that.
Yeah, I wanted to read that.
Yeah,
Yes.
no problem. Just I want to finish something that I want to talk about. If
Okay,
you remember, there was the thing with the Super Mario Collection, which was with the Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy.
Yeah,
If
I
you-
have that.
Yeah, if you remember, they actually released a physical copy and digital copy, and they decided the most annoying and absolutely cool thing is that it's timed, very limited edition that you can get. So if you can, and again, you don't have the physical copy, or you didn't manage to buy it on the store when it was released on the store, too bad, you cannot get it.
Yeah, I mean, I have the physical copy of it.
And you know what?
might give it a
By the
shot
way,
at some
everybody,
point.
guess what? The Super Mario Sunshine is actually on on the GameCube, Nintendo Online stuff. Wow,
How
super
convenient.
convenient, yeah.
How convenient is that?
Yeah, I think it was their plan all along. Okay, Shadow, go for it.
So Mr. Husky says, speaking of the Nintendo Switch, from what we know of the specs of the hardware, one of my so-called friends has been making a point of Nintendo is kind of behind on the better hardware specs compared to, say, PS5 or Xbox Series S, and X's hardware specs are leaps ahead of Nintendo's hardware. Also, I mean, the GameCube's port of Twilight Princess was limited release type deal, so good luck in finding a copy.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it actually is correct, Mr. Husky is really correct. The thing is that there's still no matter if the Switch 2 is going to release, it's never going to be as better as PS5 or Xbox or PC. Come on, it's
Also,
PC.
if I may add to this,
Oh yeah.
I just want to say,
let you add.
if we all if for the ones who watched the trailer, you could see Elden Ring was struggling to run on the Switch.
Oh really? I actually didn't know.
You could see in the trailer, Elden Ring was struggling to run.
Oh really? I actually didn't notice that.
Yeah, it was really struggling to run on the Switch. It was like tiny lags.
Yeah, but I actually saw really horrible lags. Actually, if you notice, when they announced the chatty thingy that they had this
voice
chat. The voice chat. You can they saw that you can actually just also share.
And guess what? You need a membership for that.
Yeah, you need membership for that. Yeah, you're right. And the thing is that they also show the screen shares for everybody, but they actually show it on their trailer that these things is run like shit. Literally run like shit. You can actually see how it's like.
Oh yeah, on the game share.
And nobody actually talking about that. I actually noticed that a lot through their trailers, and that is
how
in their
laggy
trailer.
the game share was.
Yeah, it was so laggy. Nobody's talking about it, but it's so laggy, and it's in their trailer.
Indeed.
I mean, for pretty sake, it's in your trailer. Everybody can see it's working horribly. I don't believe they actually put it in their trailer. If I was them, I was absolutely going to just fake it or something. I don't know. Oh,
Just put the best parts in.
Oh boy.
And everybody knows the presentations are way better than the original thing. So if that is already laggy, let's imagine how bad the actual thing is.
Absolutely, you're
Just
right.
freezes every 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's probably going to run like absolutely 1 frame per second or something like that.
So scuffed that nobody can actually use it.
I just can I say something?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
course,
go for it.
Yeah, that's the thing
Just-
about talking.
I'm not gonna lie, like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, right?
Yeah, go.
I appreciate every like old games. You know, there's nothing wrong with continuous seeing like a series and all that stuff. But how many more times are they just gonna keep like remaking the same games
remakes.
over and over
Oh
again?
yeah.
Mario Kart, what is it?
Why
Mario
I can't
Kart
Well, it's good
World.
to remake the
Donkey
old ones
Kong.
that nobody can.
Donkey Kong
it's
Country
good-
Returns has had like 3 remakes.
Shit,
Come
yeah.
on, bro.
So it's good to like make another copy of the game so it's usable for for a newer model if it's really demoed that nobody can actually use it for streaming or can't actually obtain the console for it anymore. You know, like
Or at
if
least
it's
add something new to it.
yeah, or that are
Yeah, or
somewhat
just
new to it.
change,
But if you like, just remake the same games again and again for every console, it gets overused and like, where's the point?
Yeah, I
What
agree.
the fuck?
yeah.
Yeah. Donkey Kong
like,
Country
dude.
Returns might be the most overused game.
Yep, indeed, I agree
What
to
is
that.
like, dude? Mario Kart World. That game should have came out
3D
like
World?
5 years ago, bro. That shit should have came out 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Why is it coming out now? You know?
Yeah, they're just they're
Yeah.
trying to use some new ideas, and they know the big fan, the really heavy fans are going to buy it, and that's why they also decided that there is also a 2 version of the Switch 2. There is the Switch 2 which is something like $450, and there's another version of the Switch 2 that you actually get in digital copy of Mario Kart World.
Yeah, the
Mario Kart
new
World,
Mario
yeah, just
Kart.
like they do with every single Switch. Oh, get the new Mario Kart 8. Get the new Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with the Switch.
Get the new Mario Kart World.
But notice what I
Get
said.
Mario Kart Tour with your new phone.
But notice what I said. A digital copy. A digital. Not physical, digital. They actually don't want to give you physicals. Notice how they're trying to avoid physical release. They're trying to move their fans
Make an
to
enemy
go...
out of me. I'm gonna go to the president and kick his ass so I can get my physical copies.
Dude, Borderlands 4 looks awesome.
Yeah, but so,
That'd
I
probably be
really
the
was waiting
only
for Hollow
thing
Knight
I'd be hyped
Silk
for.
Song and Tomodachi Life 2, but if they're gonna do me like that, I'm gonna
Oh.
cancel them on Twitter.
well,
That's the thing, I can't wait for Tomodachi Life. That was my favorite game on the 3DS.
Oh,
Dude,
really?
how is Street Fighter
It
still
was a really
going?
good one, yeah.
Yeah,
Street Fighter 6.
It's Street Fighter, dude. It's Street
Didn't
Fighter.
like one of the Street Fighter games end up like flopping or something?
No,
I wanted
no,
the
that
Street Fighter
was 5.
game
That was
with
5.
Marvel. I want to play Spider-Man,
Mm.
bro. I want the
5 was-
pixelated Spider-Man Street Fighter game.
Imagine if they had Spider-Man to Nintendo Switch.
no.
Marvel Spider-Man.
It's
But make it for
possible.
the
It's
Switch 1
possible.
so I don't have to
It's
buy the
possible.
Switch 2, please. Because the Switch 2 is off my table.
Well,
Fuck you.
Crash, you're not wrong. Street Fighter 5 was the one that flopped because it had nothing, almost nothing. You don't have a lot of characters, and you didn't have almost nothing. And they thought that people will eat it and just pay for characters. But then they actually kind
Yeah.
of fixed it and put some story and stuff like that. And the
Didn't like
6,
Street Fighters have like a revamp too or something? Like where they like changed a couple things?
maybe they have a lot. They have
me
this
look it
thing
up.
that they like to re-release Street Fighters. So in a lot of different type of version, it's something that they've been doing since Street Fighter 2. So it makes sense that's gonna happen.
Remake, remastered, Champion Edition.
Oh yeah, all those stuff. Yeah, Super Street Fighter 4, Super, all those stuff.
Yep.
Or there was they didn't even go farther. They call it, there was a version Street Fighter Ultra Super. I'm not kidding. I'm thinking that was the name. That was
Oh, that's what it was.
what?
Wait. Street Fighter 6 has already came out, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's been out
think so.
for...
That's I think the one that it just looks different. I just feel like it's like the same. I feel like it came out the exact same time. Then like Mortal Kombat was like revamping everything. We're like,
Yeah.
oh, we cannot keep doing the same games over and over again. Let's just change it just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little.
It's
Also,
exact same crap.
I have a collectible from generations down that we somehow got a arcade machine with Street Fighter 2 in our house.
Oh,
I used to have
Hey.
that.
nice. And that was I'm reading the stuff from Mr. Husky. That was hilarious
Yes,
of the frame rate comparison of Luigi Mansion 3D port or port co-op in the trailer, and the actual gameplay, the frame rate dropped like a single digit frame rate. Specs that the remake of the Luigi Mansion, Mortal Kombat 1 on Switch 1 was one of the worst decisions for
No.
Nintendo.
Oh, I was
Oh.
just about to talk about Mortal Kombat 1 on the Switch.
I have that game. I haven't touched it yet, so I cannot
Oh.
add anything to it.
I recommend not touching it, to be honest.
Yeah, I heard
Okay.
that. I heard that. I
I'm
heard.
being honest with you.
I heard that on the
Alright.
Switch One, it looks absolutely horrible, and I also saw
It
a
does.
couple of comparison. I heard
No question. Was it
so-
overhyped just because Johnny Cage was in it? What?
What?
Maybe.
I
I mean,
don't
on
know.
other
Maybe.
consoles, it looks absolutely fine. It's just the Nintendo Switch version, which looks
Okay.
terrible.
2 years or so.
I can understand.
Yeah, do you have something?
Why the frick
Hmm?
the Street Fighter 6 Ryu and Chun-Li look so stupid?
Yeah.
Oh my
I don't know.
god,
I
it
don't know.
looks so freaking stupid,
Yeah.
bro.
Well, that's the design. I have no problem with the design. To tell you the
They
truth.
look like they used AI to make them look realistic and then gave up.
Who knows? Who knows?
The problem is
That's fair enough.
the problem
That's
of
a
video
fair
games is
comparison.
they're trying to make it realistic and like an open world game. They're overusing this idea so much that it's becoming like, what the fuck are you trying to do? Like,
I mean,
Mhm.
open world game,
it-
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, really
know,
good,
the-
and then they
since-
started using it
since
again.
they started this game, okay, the first ones were good, like Genshin Impact and Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, yada yada, for the first open world games, but now they're overusing it so much and they don't know what the fuck they're doing with it.
When did
And that
Genshin
makes it
Impact
just a
come out?
bad game. They're making a bad game.
2019,
They're
I
just
think.
making open world games just to make an open world game. There's no purpose behind it. I can feel it. This is upsetting me so much.
Well,
Just
listen.
go back to the games when they were good. Keep everything in limits and just write a good story. Try that again, please.
I
They can't
think.
even write a good story.
Yeah, they don't know how to
True.
write a good
That
story.
is true.
You notice, everybody, did you ever notice that most of the games that are in the game of the year choice awards are mostly not from any other place except from Japan or China or anything anywhere else? You notice that?
Well, they know how to make games. They still know how to make games.
Yeah, I think that's because yeah, I agree. I think it's because they actually trying to give their own way of just creating a game. They're just trying to create a game that's actually fun. And the thing is that right now most of other companies are just focusing on either trends or making
money,
it
money, 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 money,
of
money,
course.
money,
Hello,
money,
I
money,
like
money.
I like money.
Just every company's turning into Mr. Krabs at this point.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, yeah, but there's
Just
the
put
thing.
more into a Krusty
Yeah,
Krab.
but Mr. Yo, but there's one thing about this thing that is a kind of a problem. The problem is that most companies are actually wasting a lot of money and actually don't think about how to actually and not using that
How to
money to
actually use
actually
it.
to actually using it because they
Yeah.
have a lot of expenses for a lot of games that already come out. Like we have right now with Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed Shadowfall. Whether you like it or not, it doesn't matter. If you like it, absolutely awesome. That's great. The problem is that companies right now overspending on developing, and because of that, they're having so much losses, and they actually don't know why it's happening. And I think if we actually hearing on all the stuff that they're doing, I'm sure we can find so many bullshit that they probably wasting on stuff that they probably shouldn't done because most companies when they have like a big company stuff, they're always going to like vacations and stuff like and all buying and kind of stuff and any kind of weird stuff they're gonna do and those only a lot of weird spending money on a lot of stuff and then you ask yourself, oh, where's my all my money goes?
Yeah.
No. I mean, with most
I
companies
want to add to
now.
that.
Okay.
It's like a lot of people cannot afford vacations anymore. The last time I had a vacation was maybe the year like 2 years ago.
Oh boy. Oh my god.
Jeez.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's crazy how I think from 2000, maybe lower than 2000, probably lower than 2000s, but like from 2000 to like 2016, their games were just amazing. And then when
yeah.
2018,
Yeah.
20, bro, everything has just been going to shit. You still have those like,
Agreed.
those good, oh, that one game is just popping off, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm literally just thinking, I'm like, oh my God, what was a really good game when I was a kid? Infamous. Oh my God, Second Son,
Oh yeah.
Prototype,
Ah.
Mafia. I remember Mafia for the like 360 was such a good game.
Yeah,
I don't
I don't have
understand
Xbox.
what the frick happened to these games. Like, did we just run out of stories? Like, what happened?
I think
Yeah, that's what I'm asking myself as well. Like, why can gaming companies not write any stories anymore? I need the stories, bruh.
Okay, I can actually give you an insight about this kind of stuff. Okay, so
Oh, you can?
companies.
Okay, please talk.
Okay, so companies. I'm joking. Okay. Okay. So the thing is, with company right now, they're trying to avoid overspending, and then trying to actually just go safe. And the thing is, as you notice, they become that. Why is the reason that we're seeing games that always we seeing the same games over and over and over again, like Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, and all those kind of games? The reason for that is because companies trying to actually go safe, and also in the same time they trying to avoid any kind of risk because they know if they're trying to make a new game, they're risking it. They're actually risking it that it's not going to be a good game, and they know if they're actually going to do that, they're going to lose a lot of money. So this is why we're not seeing a lot of games, and we're not also seeing a lot of innovations in those games because they want to go in a specific formula. They always think that's going to work, and sometimes they're also just going to give you the same thing, so you'll be happy. But the thing is, because of that stuff, we are getting the same stuff over and over and over again. But if you
People just
acknowledge,
get bored of remakes.
yeah, and that's gonna continue as long as companies will not understand that in games you have to be innovative. You need to give something new because you cannot give the players the same thing over and over and over time. It's like telling the same joke. First time you're gonna enjoy it. Second time, okay. Third time, now you already know how the joke is gonna go. So
Me and Shadow with the tree joke.
the tree joke.
I'm
All I
intrigued.
know is in probably another maybe like 10 years, they're gonna struggle so hard.
Yeah, they're
I feel
definitely
like
gonna.
they're just
Indeed.
Yeah.
milking us. They're milking us for every dollar until society just realizes they're like, oh my god, like I just spent $700 on the newest console. Oh my god, I could only play what? I have to pay $100 a month subscription just to play the game that I want to pay. But then also in that game, I also have to pay in-game stuff
In-game
to then be
purchases.
better at the game or to have better stuff. So then, bro, you're just spending money. It's just nonstop money,
Yeah.
money, money.
Yeah.
I thought we were supposed to
Yeah,
play
like for
video games.
example, if you just want to play one game out of the Switch library, an oldie, let's say, from the retro collection, you want one game, and you'll probably be busy with it like for 6 hours or so, maybe. That makes
Mm-hmm.
like 2 days streaming, basically, for me. And you have to pay minimum a month of Switch Online for that.
Yeah. By the way, you're right about it. Also, another thing that I want to add, the thing is that
Sure.
also, if you notice, there's a lot of games that trying to inflate the hours of gameplay. They're trying to inflate the hours of gameplay when you play in a game. Like they're trying to add a lot of weird, really boring quests, a lot of very insignificant improvement, insignificant stuff in the world that you can do, and all those kind of stuff to increase this time you're actually going to play, but it's not actually contributed to the story of the game or contribute to the gameplay. It's just something that just increases the time of the game. And that's all are so I hate those kind of stuff. The inflation time
Me
of
too.
games are horrible. It's not a way to.
I agree.
If you are want to make the game longer, make it those segments that are not that you want to make it much more longer, make it sense and make it fun. Because if it's not gonna be fun, it's definitely can make a player quit the game or just I don't know, just go. It will
I'm
probably
surprised they
or
don't have an option for it, like
I
having
need to add something.
oh, go ahead.
yeah. No. But before you add it, I want to the Crash to finish his stuff, and then you will go. Okay, Shadow.
Okay, yes,
Okay.
Crash, go.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, it's I feel like everything should always be a choice. You know how like some games are like hard, easy, natural, whatever. I feel like there should always be an option whenever it comes to how far you want to go when it comes to a
Agreed.
game.
Yeah.
And then even like, cause back then there was nothing wrong with spending like $20 or $10 or $5 or $2.99. Oh, the new DLC for this game that I've loved and cherished. There's nothing wrong with that, but at least give the person always the option on like how long, or like you were just saying, like, dude, some people are just give up because it's like, dude, I've done the most for this game and now there's more. Like I hate it. What's the point? I hate it. You know.
Yeah, I agree. It's absolutely true. It is totally true. They're definitely going with this and things are definitely becoming not only expensive, stuff are feeling more artificial than something that actually looks like somebody actually was actually working on it. Um,
They don't care anymore.
they don't care anymore. They don't care all that.
What I
uh,
do is like, yeah, I don't care about you guys having a good time. We just want the money. Actually, what I
Yeah.
wanted to add earlier was
yeah,
over time, like they used to make the games like a full freaking game and serve on content. Like can make us laugh, have a good storyline, have a good conclusion to it, or a sad conclusion or whatever. But I have a conclusion in it. Nowadays, they are just giving us a half-assed game and then add DLCs to it that you have to pay for the half-assed job because they cannot bother to give us good content anymore.
yeah, I agree. And the worst offender in games like this and I think everybody knows about those kind of stuff. Maybe each of you saw that there are like doing like this wink wink. There was a part that there was supposed to be in the game, but they're saying, yeah, this character was going and did that and that and that. Maybe I will talk about that later. Wink, wink. Buy the DLC. Wink, wink. To know what the heck he did.
Buy the DLC and
Buy
get
the
the scrapped
DLC.
character.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah.
Bitches.
That actually happened in also in Final Fantasy. Let me give you an example. That actually happened in Final Fantasy 15. In Final Fantasy 15, a lot of characters just kind of been disappeared on the background. Like there's a part when the characters are not around, and then they're just coming back, and then they say, "Yeah, I've been through a lot. There's some stuff, really crazy stuff I've been through." And yeah, guess what? There are DLC to every character that have been there.
Let me tell you the story. Paywall.
Yeah. It was seriously stupid. Then they released the full version that have all the DLC and stuff like that. But still, having those DLC and just being not part of the full game is just absolutely just stealing your money. I think that games are definitely should just give you the entire game and that's it. And if you want to
Oh,
actually,
like that reminds me of Little Nightmares 1, where they later on added the story of the boy
yeah,
that
but
turned into dwarf.
but the boy was not something that you like been hint on. Nobody actually know that's going to be an extra story. That was something nice that they actually add. And in the Little Nightmares 2, we didn't get any DLC. There was only the game, and that's it. And I think that's the best thing you can do.
I want the game and that's it. That's what I want.
Yeah, I think
that's
if
what
you
I want. The game
yeah,
and that's it.
Yeah, if you actually want to give us more, then give us another game with that more. I think that's the correct path.
Yes, please.
Yeah, the thing is that right now, that the thing that a lot of companies are really doing, which is the most gross thing ever, is the fact that let's throw this game out, and if it's broke, we can fix it later. That is the worst mentality every game right now. Cyberpunk.
Oh shit.
A lot of other games that have been
Sonic
like that.
06.
Sonic 06 was bad in its own, dude.
Yeah, it was back.
It's not.
Like
They
the
never
story
fixed
could
that.
have had potential. The story could have had
It could have
potential,
had
but they had to flush it down the toilet.
The
Because
loading,
they wanted the Christmas sales. Again, money.
Yeah, Sonic 06 is just a bad game. Just a bad game with
Because it was rushed and they had to flush the story down the toilet and cut it short.
Yeah,
Because they wanted money.
You can see there is some kind of potential in that game, but they
Yes.
definitely did a wrong choice with how they implement all the stuff.
Indeed.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Is there more stuff that you want to talk about this kind of subject?
I want to say something.
Yeah, go.
I just like Googled like 2000's best games and then 2024's best games.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy how 2024 had 15 and 2000's says it has 42. Like,
Nice.
we're
You
so
see the
fu-
difference. You see the difference. We're so fucked.
and they're older games. They're like, I think it says like maybe the top one, not the top one, but like the highest year is like 2008. So it's like that's just from 2008 to 2000. There's already 42 games.
Yeah, it's because
That
companies
proves
are.
that the old games were the better ones.
Yeah.
What games are on that list, by the way? Or did
By the
you
way,
not?
Josuke, welcome to the
games,
Look
stream.
into the list.
Yeah. The thing is, that companies are just trying to make a little bit more specific
What happened
game.
to like is it like indie games or like
Oh yeah,
like,
like
well,
single
specific
player
like
games.
developers would make their own games or such? Like I feel like
Yeah.
there hasn't been a game that's like completely, oh my god, I've never heard of this company or this series or whatever, and then it's like pops off.
No.
Well,
It's
yeah,
just like
well,
the same
Well,
crap
indie
again.
indie games at least indie games are
We
trying to
have
be innovative.
Undertale. We have Undertale.
Deltarune.
Yeah.
Wait,
what
is
do-
Deltarune?
Wait, what's actually very
trying to
good that
think
they
Deltarune.
what is actually good that they actually announced the Deltarune part 3 and 4, which is kind of nice. That they actually
Yeah.
announced that they're gonna be 3 and 4. I actually only played Deltarune part 1. I never actually played part 2.
I've never played it, but I want to.
I played all of it and waiting for the third and fourth chapter.
Play it on Nintendo Switch too.
Yeah, this is Switch, dude.
Fuck
Yeah.
you!
Frick the Nintendo
Put it on the
Switch.
Switch one or I won't buy it, bitch.
Yeah.
If you decide to spend a Nintendo Switch, then you should buy a computer.
Yeah,
Because even with that
absolutely.
$600, you could
That
get
was
a
Yeah,
one of
I
my
decent
hope
main
I
computer.
hope
things,
they're
but
gonna put the game either if they're not gonna put it on the Switch, that they at least put it on Steam. That's my hope here.
Yeah, I agree. I think they will put it on Steam because let's face it, it's a very high requested game that a lot of people want.
Yeah, it
So
is. Just like Hollow Knight Silk Song.
yeah, it's kind of funny that they actually announced that because Hollow Knight Skill Song is actually going to release on this year, which is kind of funny.
And it's
It-
definitely on Steam, I checked.
and the thing
It's
is,
definitely on Steam.
and the thing is, it was so silent. They actually just, yeah, oh yeah, and with all there was some like announcements on what games are going to.
oh yeah, in
release.
this game, have a look.
Yeah, and
That's
it was
literally all they do.
so fast that it was announcing that Skillstone going to release this year. It was so silent that nobody actually noticed, and only specific
To be honest, I
people
don't
know-
think it even got that. I think it just got in with all the the short bits with the
Yeah.
music in the background, just showing off all the games. I think that's as far as it got.
I think I tell you
Yeah.
guys, I think that if things with companies right now is going around like this, I think we can probably expect that mostly indie games are going to control the market.
Thrive.
Yeah,
Like, indie
Yeah, I
games
would
are gonna
rather go with the
thrive.
indie games if the big companies are ending up like that. Bro.
Because the big companies are just starting to get greedy, and then once they do, indie just
then they're fucked.
oversell.
Then
Yeah.
the sales of the indie games will rise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what Nintendo's doing, they're raising the market value of games.
Yep.
You don't. The
And then
max
the
you
indie
should
games were
ever
like,
spend
no,
on a
we're
game is
keeping
like
it cheaper
50
and we have
Wait,
the
wait,
good
wait.
value for you guys. We have the games we want.
Shadow. Let's just let Crash talk, and then you will
Could
talk.
have
Sorry.
Shadow could have continued. I would have been fine.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I just want to have
That's
some.
fine. We have to give you a chance, bro. We have to give you a chance.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Give me a chance?
We'll give
Oh
you a
my God,
chance.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Oh, you're so kind.
I was gonna say that in my opinion, if
Yeah.
you're ever gonna spend like a certain amount of money for a game, the max should be like 50, but like even that $50 has to come with something else.
Yeah.
Any
Action
DLCs that are coming
figure.
out, bro, add it to it. Any t-shirt, added figure, added
Merch.
this, that, add it to it because
Yeah, totally.
I remember when I think it was like GTA 5 for like the PlayStation 3. That I think it was like $70 or something when it first came out or something.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, why 70, 80? What's next? $100 for one game
GTA
that you're
6.
gonna play
GTA
for a certain amount of time and then the
Yeah.
value's pretty much done.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to inflate the prices so they can earn
Yep.
more,
Yeah.
but they don't need this money. Just so you know, they don't need this money. This if the companies like let me give you an example. PS5 and Xbox 360 will definitely manage to use those kinds of prices. Sorry, Xbox Series X and PS5 are definitely okay with this $70, although it's really bad that they're using that kind of price. But you can see that they're definitely going good with this price. And the fact that Nintendo is actually just going and inflating this price, it's just coming just by saying,
And other companies just going to follow suit as well.
yeah, that's the problem. They're trying to actually make this thing that everybody will do, and that's absolutely horrible. And the thing is that I definitely think that this is definitely not needed. And also for a person that also work as a developer, all those updates of quality that actually for the Switch 2 and all that stuff, this is definitely the thing that everybody should definitely avoid buying, because this kind of little stuff that they do in order to will actually it will be much more working much more better on the Switch 2. It's definitely bullcrap. It's absolutely just garbage, because those kind of updates are so small when you're working on it. You don't know how small they are. We're talking about just setting up numbers, because every game that you has been released on every console or something like that have its own settings. There are embedded settings, and there's settings that you can actually change in game. You can actually have a lot of creativity in settings, mostly on PC, and the reason for that is because on PC it's actually the setting that they actually gives you to actually have full freedom. It's because that in PC you can actually have all those settings because they're letting you, because everybody will have PC and everybody would have PC. They know they can actually get to a point that they have option to actually run it on 120 frames per second or whatever, or unlimited, and that's easy. It's really easy to set, and also adding effects and stuff like that. It's really easy. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. It sounds they're trying to make it sounds like, yeah, we are adding some stuff that making the game run faster, and because it's running more faster, we need more money for that because it's very no. There's a reason why they're doing it for free on the on the Xbox Series X, and they were trying to be scummy about that in the PS5, and they got backlash about that, and because of that, it become free. So just so you know, everybody, if a company saying that you need to pay any kind of money to get an update of graphics, don't ever pay that stuff, because this is a scummy
You're
move.
so fucked.
Yeah, absolutely. Because this is a scummy move.
You're so fucked.
Totally. Because this is a scummy move to actually get money and make it normalized. Because why they doing that? Why they doing that? The reason why they're doing it, they wanted that when they're going to release the next console, and if you want to have that game working even better on that console, you have to have that update. So you need to pay more money. So they're trying to make that also thing in the next console. And that's a scummy move that you never should agree to. And that's also, if I'm actually talking about that upgrades, they also announced that there are games that if you are not updating the games, like the Switch 1 games, if you're not getting the updates, it will not work on the Switch 1. It will not. It will just not work. They just say
I
that.
feel like they're just trying to make everything obsolete. Like they're just like, oh, perfect. It's like everything's a cash grab. Oh, the new PlayStation 5 just came out. Okay, it's done. We're making a new one. New PlayStation 5 whatever. Boom, now the PlayStation 5 is obsolete. Like the new Xbox X just came out, bro. They're working on another one right now.
Yeah.
For what? To make it obsolete? Like what's the point?
Yeah, the
You're
point.
just making money off of it so quick.
Yeah, that's a point. That's a point. And they're trying to get to a point when they are getting rid of the old consoles and putting the new consoles, and getting to a point that also you buy the new consoles that actually cost much more money, and they're also on the process trying to make it much more cheaper for them to create. So that's why you're getting also the slimmer version. The slimmer version are just their way to make the cost much more cheap, so they can actually bring more consoles. This is their trick all the time. They're using it from the PS2, PS1, for all that time to today. Today, it's been a move of every company to this day. Just taking the console, make it much more slimmer, make it costly for them less, and just put it in a bigger price on sale, so people will have to buy it because it's new. It's a new one. It's improved one. It's a power that and that and that. It's got more stuff like that and that.
Okay, I want to add to something. Like
Yeah,
I heard somewhere that the Switch 2 has a shittier battery than the Switch 1, so they will probably try to sound like that and say, oh, it's probably some shitty thing. You have to buy a second console.
Purchase a battery
Like-
upgrade.
Oh yeah, I will see that.
they already
Bro.
pulled this shit. They already pulled this shit on the Switch 1's controllers that they broke. You know.
Yeah,
The
I actually.
controllers broke, so you bought new ones of those or a pro controller.
Yeah, and that's actually a
And-
good point that you're
and
actually saying
by-
here.
I'm not done. I'm not done here.
No,
Like
yeah, I
they
just
also
said.
promoted. They also promoted with the games that you can shift easily between two consoles. Who's gonna buy two consoles? Well, they're gonna try and make them buy a second one through that, probably.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Yeah, I absolutely agree. And the thing is that they know that probably the controllers can break, and the fact that they're going to price it in $90, $90 by the
They're
way
probably
for the
making them
controllers, $90 for
Probably making
controllers.
it break on purpose.
Yeah, they're probably not gonna make it very much more high quality. So you have to buy a new one if it's gonna break or something like that. So I definitely see them doing that. This is going to be so scummy in so many ways.
Indeed.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we're fucked.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I think we need to
It's also
change.
with iPhone. It's also with freaking iPhone. Just updating it so the phone works slower and shittier and all that. That you have to buy a new one with better things that they update and make that worse over time as well. That they have to keep buying new shit all the time. This is horrible.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a very scamming way for every company, so it will make you buy a new one. I'm reading comments from Mr.
Yeah.
Husky. I'm waiting on Yakuza Zero director cut to be ported to somewhere else. Yeah, you should. You should. If any of you watching this podcast, please, for the love of God, don't buy the Switch 2 if it's gonna cost like it's planning to be cost. It's not worth it. Especially the games. The games are definitely not worth it, the price. If you are actually going to buy it, at least buy a specific one game and that's it. Don't try to buy any other games because you will, and absolutely don't buy the updates. Absolutely don't buy
Okay,
the graphic
but
updates.
I want to say if you help them, if you promote this behavior, they will continue doing it.
Yeah, they will. They will.
So
And
and they will get worse at it too. So
yeah,
let's not promote it and see what happens.
yeah, I agree. I think that everybody should just go and not
All they
buy.
can do is either lower costs or make do 360 and return to the good era of games when the games were still good and try to redo that.
Yeah, I agree.
Hopefully.
I think everybody should just, if you're thinking about buying a console, I recommend just buy yourself a PS5, buy yourself an Xbox Series X, buy yourself a Steam Deck. By the way, buy yourself a
Or
Steam
just
Deck.
get games on Steam.
Yeah, just so you know, Steam Deck compared to the Nintendo Switch, you can actually play all those games. You can play a lot of games from Steam and stuff like that, and you can also set it, do a lot of settings inside it, and also they actually let you mod it, so you can actually play a lot of other stuff. So
Wait, so you can mod Lethal Company on the Steam Deck?
yeah,
What? No way, I didn't know that.
Wait, so, but I asked Nathan if I should get a Steam Deck, and he said no,
why not?
it wouldn't be worth it.
Well, don't
Ah.
ask Nathan, he doesn't know shit, bro.
Ah, come on.
He was
I
trying
mean,
to
I won't
promote
say
the
that
Switch
about
2.
Nathan.
He was trying to promote the Switch 2, buddy.
Listen. I think Nathan probably have its own opinion about that. I'm thinking he's probably maybe he's looking at specific information in specific way. But everybody will have their own opinion. There will be people that if there are going to be people that actually thinking about buying the Switch 2, of course. Are there people that are going to defend the Switch 2?
That's the thing, they're
Yes.
trying to appeal to the content creators, the ones who have money, so they can make videos on it and say how great they are.
Yeah, well, this is something that's always going to happen. There's nothing that we can do about it. This is something that
Yeah.
companies will try and just put it on content creators so they can get more money and their viewers, because they know they have viewers and those viewers are going to watch them and they're going to buy the games and stuff like that, or the console, whatever. And the thing is that if you're watching any kind of content creator that's telling you to buy stuff, wait a bit. Look,
Wait until the prices go down.
wait a bit until
there's
the
an
price is
offer.
down.
Yeah.
Wait until it's a reasonable price. Wait until you can actually just enjoy the price. It actually can buy it and not have to mortgage your house to buy a Switch or something like that. Wait about
Yes.
yeah, because
That's ridiculous.
because if these prices are gonna go up, we're gonna get to a point when one game can cost $200. I'm seeing
VR
that.
games.
Yeah,
Well, actually, no, the VR games aren't actually that
no,
bad.
the VR games are not that not all the time bad, and most of the time they're not that expensive. But
Apart from the Apple Vision.
I don't know about the Apple Vision. I know it's very expensive as frick.
I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Okay, see you in a bit. Also, by the way, since
hmm.
Crash is leaving us, where the heck is Leroy? He said he's gonna come back soon.
I know. I sent him a message. I don't know. Send him a message and ask
Send
whether-
him a very angry email.
yeah, send him-
Passive aggressive email.
Passive
I
aggressive.
have
Passive
WhatsApp.
aggressive.
I'm gonna write him a very angry message.
Get your way back on, boy.
Where the heck are you?
Get your ass in here. That's actually what I'll be writing. Get
Okay.
your
Need
ass
your
in here.
opinions.
Boy. Okay, so let's see where we can go with this discussion. So everybody, let's go to we're gonna go to our subject until Crash will come back. We will actually have a subject We just jump to gaming because we have a lot of talking about when it's comes
No,
to
we
the...
had a special concern for the Switch too. That's why we jumped off topic for starters.
Yeah,
But we'll be back on our main topic today.
I think that the reason why we really want to talk about this subject because it's gonna affect all of us. Let's face it out. Let's face
Indeed.
it. This is the thing that going to everybody going to have this problem because if this actually going to be normalized, it's going to affect everything because everything is going to be pricier. Everything going to be much more thing, and I can see also Sony and Microsoft actually increasing the console's price just because of Nintendo.
No.
Yes, I can definitely tell you that.
No.
Look for I'm
No.
telling you, if Nintendo are going to increase their console price to 600, there others going to do the same and going to price it to
I know that
800.
Nintendo always has been setting gaming trends, and I won't accept it this time.
Yeah, those trends
I'm
are
gonna shut it down at
This
its
is a trend
source
that
if
we
I
don't
need
need.
to. Exactly.
Yeah, that's the kind of trend that everybody don't need. Oh, by the way, very stupid
Oh,
stuff.
there
that-
he is.
Oh, hey, Lior. Hey,
Finally.
Lior.
I
I'm
Lior.
here.
have one more thing to this
Right.
subject.
Where were you?
I was doing something.
What were you doing for that hour?
I was in a claim doing.
Oh boy. Okay, Lior, because you are late. Lior, because you are late, you need
You
to
get the
introduce yourself.
punishment.
You need to introduce yourself.
Oh,
Yeah, introduce yourself. You missed out.
all right.
Yeah, we're streaming. Yes.
Hello. Wait, don't interrupt my introduction if you want me to do it. Anyway, hello everyone. My name is Lior Dragon VTube, aka Lior Dragon Deltite, or just Lior. I am the king of VGTCD, the god of creation, and a VTuber at your service.
Mhm.
I'm a VTuber, artist, and gamer, and nice to meet you.
Yay!
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 So Beth,
Now-
that was my last
Yay!
complaining about the
Yay!
Switch 2. Do you want to add something before we move to our main topic today?
Yeah, yeah. We've been talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 right now.
Yeah.
So we were talking about the price. We're talking about all the stuff. You're more than welcome to
Yeah,
contribute your
definitely.
opinion. Go venting. Enjoy.
It's pretty. I think you guys already know. I think it's literally stupid. I mean, like, what do they expect me? Do they expect like a tree, a world tree of money growing out of my rear end?
Mhm.
Well, then-
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
Yes,
Probably.
they are.
Yes.
They are definitely by this
Yeah, I
time,
understand.
yes.
I understand for the content.
Yeah.
But seriously, like, what the hell? I
Uh,
don't. I am broke. I don't have that much money. My
Well,
Nobody
first
does in
Switch
this
cost
I can
economy.
either get a laptop or a Switch 2. I'm probably going to get a laptop.
Yeah, I actually
I'm
recommend.
gonna buy a laptop.
I
don't
think
think I
with
even
the
need a-
price, I think with the price that's going on right now with
It'll
all the
probably be
consoles,
cheaper.
it's definitely much more preferred that you will go with actually a laptop, or I don't know, or just a PC or like a beef PC.
Like maybe sometime in the future, if it gets cheaper, I'll
Yeah,
get a
well,
Switch
Mr.
2.
Hero
but...
was so looking forward to this new Legend of Zelda Warriors game.
No,
but
it's
now
not even
that's
that. It's the
definitely over.
Tomodachi life. But
That
that, I
too,
was looking
that too,
forward to the
yes.
most.
Yeah,
I
me
swear, if they're
too.
gonna make
That's
Tomodachi
Hollow
Life
Knight
and
Silksong, bro.
Pokemon Z2A only for Nintendo Switch 2, I'm gonna be so pissed.
R.I.P.
Same.
5 Venture Life series.
Well,
Yeah.
I can definitely
I was
see.
looking forward to that too. I wanted to put the Vive Ventures into Tomodachi Life, bro.
I think
But
that
now they're screwing
Actually,
themselves over.
downloaded the original one.
I'm actually seeing Nintendo trying to move very quickly to Switch 2 and trying to get rid of the Switch 1 so they can actually
Well,
just
fuck you.
price more because I think they're going to when the Switch 2 is going to release, they're gonna give you a bit of a time when they're going to release a couple of Switch on Switch 1 and Switch 2. But
Switch 2 exclusive, Switch 2 exclusive,
Yeah, and
Switch 2
then-
exclusive.
and they're trying,
Oh,
and I will give it something like in half a year, and after that they're probably going to go and
There'll be
just
no
go
more
full.
games on Switch 1.
Yeah, they're probably going to go and Switch 2. They will give you access to download this game from Switch 1. But they're probably going to they're probably going to just add more games for the Switch 2 and probably going to make any kind of developer just develop for Switch 2. So every gamer that want to play any type of game on Switch, you have to go on Switch 2 because, well, we decided that from now on we're not updating the Switch 1. For right now, we only
Online
using on
so
Switch 2.
when they shut down the online
It,
for
it's
Nintendo
dumb.
Switch 1.
Yeah, because
I think it's dumb.
yeah, because the thing is, like, let me give you an example. Like, there is like the Oculus One, and Oculus 2, and 3. The thing is that at some point, what they're actually doing, which is also kind of not nice, is that at some point they decide that, oh yeah, we're not updating more our headset, and because of that, you cannot get more new stuff. And the thing is, what's really dangerous about this is because when they're not getting more updates, it's mean that if somebody's developing on Unity or Unreal Engine, on the newer versions of that, they cannot actually create new stuff on that console because the version is not comparable with that one. It's something that probably I can see them doing on the Switch too. They're probably going to like create that kind of version that you can only do up to that kind of version. And if you don't, well, too bad. You cannot make any games on Switch 1 because we're not supporting it anymore. I can definitely see that going.
It's like they did with the Wii U and the DS. Like they've been shutting down all the online services.
Why can't they
Stuff
do
like
it
that.
like
Yeah, I
in,
hate
like
that they did that.
why can't they do
freaking
it like
love their eShop,
PlayStation?
bro. They had to shut it down. I was very upset.
Well, it makes
Well,
sense that
why
they'll
did-
It's an old console, so it makes sense. But at
Yeah.
the same time, people do still enjoy using that console. For example, the Wii.
Exactly. Me too.
Yeah.
I still use it to this day, bro.
Damn, I use mine for content.
Well, that's a different thing.
That's my main content.
It's
Is the
crazy how
Wii.
old consoles are still.
Also,
Like,
Mr. Hero,
bigger.
good news. GameCube, 85 euros
Oh, okay.
on eBay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I might get that other than a Switch too. I might just
Yeah,
get a GameCube.
I
I
would.
might just
Yeah.
get a GameCube
Yeah, I
instead.
agree with that. I think that's how this thing's going is definitely much more preferred if you want to play older games and you
I
actually
just
buy.
want to play Mario Kart Double Dash.
Yeah, I think that if you actually want to
Yeah.
play older games, I think you should just buy older console and that's it. And like
Yeah.
get yourself an adapter for HDMI and that's it. It will cost you
Yeah.
less than that. Only also the games
Yeah,
will
like
cost you.
maybe maximum 15 euros, maybe.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
actually the thing
15,
is
20 euros.
the thing is depend on the game. The thing is that there are also inflations on older games. Like there are like
Yeah,
especially
For the games, it really depends how popular the games were. For example, I just saw Animal Crossing for GameCube for like almost 400 euros.
yeah, that's
Damn.
gonna happen. Yeah. And the thing is that it's mostly if you can notice, it's also happening more in RPG games because in RPG games there are not a lot of copies, and because there are it also depends on how good the game is, but it also can actually make the game much more expensive because not a lot of people have access to get the game because not a lot of copies being made for that, especially on that era because that era there were not a lot of copies that was released. So because of that, there's a lot of inflation about how the game can cost. And the thing is that there are also which is kind of funny. There are also a shop that's collecting games that's selling old games, and they're also inflating prices. So the thing is that
Oh
God.
hell yeah! I got a shop next to me that is like, I think there was like a Super Mario Galaxy. I think it was like $60 or like $50 because the game on eBay costs like I think like $30 or $40. So they had to
Super
like
Mario
make that
Galaxy.
extra 10-20 bucks in profit.
Yeah, that's how it actually
Yeah.
works. Yeah, that's a problem right now. There are people that are actually increasing prices of older games. So because of if somebody's is selling it in $80, oh yeah, I will sell it in $80 or $70. Or
That's
something.
exactly what a CEX does. If you live in Europe, you know what CEX is. It's a second-hand
I've been
game
to London.
store.
CX is such a good secondhand game store.
It
I love it so
is.
much. I keep
But
going
they
to
buy-
London just for CX, bro.
Yeah, they buy games
Wow.
for like don't know how much, then sell it for like nearly 100 more. From what last thing I saw in there.
I think that what companies
Golden
are
was
really
such a steal. I just go to CX and I get games for like £2 each.
Exactly.
I think that what companies are really want to avoid is creating the second hand. trying like
Oh, like
secondhand
the.
games. Yeah, I think
Oh, yeah, I know
companies.
what you mean.
I think companies trying to avoid the fact that you can buy a game half price, or when it's not from them. They want you to buy it in full price from their place, and I think that you can definitely see it happening because of all the remaster stuff and all that. And they know that those games can absolutely just be imported to those consoles, and that's it. But they probably, because they want more money for this, they just, oh yeah, let's say it have HD graphic, HD textures,
HD
upstairs,
remaster.
upstairs,
Again, it's
upstairs.
always about capitalism.
It's always
But did you know
remasters.
the more expensive they make the shit, someone will buy it, and then piracy will be the legal thing now.
If this continue, let me tell you this.
This point, yeah.
Yeah,
That reminds me of all the anti-piracy videos.
let me tell you this.
Some of them are really funny.
Let me tell you this.
Oh, God.
You kidding about this, but the thing is that if this is actually going to
No, I'm
continue,
not kidding. I'm actually saying this is a fact. It will become illegal for us to do piracy if they're going to continue that way.
just so you know,
making
that
everything so expensive.
just so you know, there are countries that actually allow those kind of stuff just because how expensive games are in specific countries.
Exactly.
And the thing is that, think about that.
Good point.
If it's actually going to increase, if the price are also going to increase around the world, so places that already have it's already expensive. Think about how expensive it's going to be on their place. They have to buy probably triple our price, and probably had to just just figure out how to do how to buy that, and pretty much everybody would just hack their console and get those games illegally. And the problem
Yeah,
is,
pretty much.
and the thing is that the companies are to blame for this, because you are increasing the price, and because you're increasing the
they are.
price,
That's
there are
emulators
people.
for you.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. If you think you can actually increase the price, and the consumer will not find a way to actually find a loophole to just get the game for free, you're mistaken, because people will download games. People will do that, and the more expensive the game will be, the more piracy will be mandatory. Let me give you an example, actually. Let me give you a good example. Anime.
Yes, please.
Anime. I think anime is a really good.
like this.
I mean, anime is. I think
Actually,
it's
a fact.
I think that anime is the most good example, because look at anime right now. Anime have one of the biggest piracy ever, and because the company like Crunchyroll and all those stuff just make you pay for subscription and stuff like that. And it's also not, you're not getting all the anime. You probably sometimes there's anime over in that place, anime in that place, and mostly on pirate sites you can actually have all the series for free, and you can also
Oh yeah, one
download
of
it.
those websites.
Yeah, same thing with Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, Netflix. They split everything up into separate platforms, and you have to subscribe to all these platforms just to
Just
get
to watch,
the
just to
specific
find one
movies
thing that you
want.
want to watch.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
know.
No, you want to
like
be
I want to
parsed
watch
in
some
that process.
sitcoms and I can't even find a good website to watch it without having to pay money.
yeah,
Exactly. The sucks.
Yeah,
And that's why people turn to the free websites.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
think-
doing.
I think that what the company wants is to get to a point when we are like don't have consoles and we just paying for subscriptions, and then we will have to like, if you want that game, you need to pay the extra ultra subscription to get that game. Or if you want
The
that
Ultimate
game,
Edition.
yeah, the ultimate
Well,
edition.
guess what? I don't think...
If you want that
No,
game,
No, let's
What?
call it. Let's call it the subscription plus.
subscription plus, yeah.
Subscription plus
Well, I
plus.
ain't doing squat.
I definitely see companies trying to go to that route. It so looks like this is gonna be like that.
It's so obvious, and I'm not standing for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck you.
The thing is that they did kind of trying to do the thing in what was that with Stadia? They were trying to do that kind of stuff in Stadia. If you notice, they were trying to do this with Stadia. For those who don't know, Stadia was like this kind of like a streaming gaming thingy that you can actually play on everything. That's but at least they're saying. And the thing is, it was so bad that they just scrapped it up and just closed it out, the entire thing. But the thing is that you are renting the game. You're actually renting the game. You don't actually owning the game in any kind of way. But some of them I understand that you kind of own the game. Maybe I'm right or wrong about that.
It
But
sounds like Redbox.
what?
Yeah, that gives me memories of a
What is that?
Blockbuster, if anyone's heard of that.
Yeah.
Redbox, you ever heard of Redbox?
What is Redbox?
Never heard of
So in the US, maybe for like five or now maybe like I think it was like maybe 2010s, 14, 16 around there. I think it stopped in like 17.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially what Redbox was, it was like this little like booth where you can essentially pay like $1 or two or three, and you were able to get like any. They would sell like video games, they'll sell movies.
Oh,
You
you
go
could
up to this
rent them.
box. Yeah, you could basically rent
Yeah.
them, take them home for like a day or two, and then you'd rent them for the day,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
you just
that's the
bring it
same
back
as the
when you're
UK.
done.
We had a Blockbuster in the UK, and
A what?
basically it was pretty much the same. It was called a Blockbuster, and
Yeah, we had a
basically,
Blockbuster. It was cool.
yeah, and yeah, it's pretty much the
Huh?
same as
Yeah, I had a
Redbox. You
Blockbuster
could
where I'm
pay for
from
a
too.
movie, then just rent it for like a week or something. They were really strict on when you had to give it back, though, which is fair enough,
Yeah, but
because
it's been a
some people
while.
could easily just steal it.
To tell you the truth,
Mm-hmm.
it could be nice if you actually just want to try a game. It can be nice. You're like
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
renting a
kind of like
game.
a trial, basically.
Yeah, like I remember that the way that I actually started to enjoy Jack and Dexter games was actually by playing Jack 2. I was actually I actually owned the first Jack and Dexter, and I actually didn't kind of like it. But after I rent Jack 2, I so enjoy that I make my parents rent that game so many times until I finish it, until I actually officially bought it. And because that game didn't it came out in specific place, so that's how I have to deal with it stuff. And I actually bought Jack and Dexter again, so I can actually just play this game, and then I actually officially play Jack and Dexter. And yeah, so sometimes it's good to actually try in a game and not officially buying it in a full price. But it cannot be it's depends on the stuff that you're actually getting when you're renting. But I think renting should not be enforced in gaming, because I think when you are getting the game, you should get the game and that's it. I don't think you should get to a point when you're renting a game, because renting a game means that you're not owning the game. And the thing is that the companies right now are making sure that you're not actually owning the game. You're owning
which
a
I'm
make
code.
not
games.
fond of.
Yeah, the thing is
I won't
that
accept that.
that's actually also happening right now on Steam. If you know, it's apparent on Steam
Yeah.
and apparent on a lot of stuff.
Xbox Live, PlayStation
Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah.
Steam. It's all we're renting stuff.
Yeah, it's actually you're actually getting a code. Yeah, everybody have this kind of code that when they are actually kind of when you're buying the game, you're not actually owning the game. You're actually getting a
Buying
permission.
a license.
You're
Yeah,
getting a
permission to play
permission
it, yeah.
to actually get permission to get that game by buying this game, quote unquote buying. So I
Yeah, you're
think
buying the license to play the game. So basically,
Yeah.
you have a permission to use it.
yeah, and
It's
that's
not
why
yours.
yeah, and that's how companies actually just have the power to just unplug a game if they want. Like there was also a game called Deadpool that was released on PS3 and also PS4. And they actually when they were after a couple I think months after that, because of licensing issues, they actually just pull off the game. A really actually kind of nice game. Have not didn't have the absolutely awesome gameplay, but it have a really good gameplay, and the story was absolutely awesome because it's Deadpool and stuff.
4-4.
Yeah, for
Always a
lot of-
4-4 break in
If it
Deadpool.
is how it usually is, I would love to play it.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And what
It's like 60 now, just for the game, because of how rare it is.
yeah,
They stopped
yeah, because
making
Wait, what game?
making the games.
yeah, there's a Deadpool game. Yeah, it's a really good game. It's actually a really good game. If you like funny stuff and also and all the stuff, it have that. It's definitely have the energy. The voice acting is great. It have really good funny moments. It definitely
Energy.
feel like there are people that actually make the story and the animation and stuff of the game. They definitely knew what they're doing, and the gameplay was kind of It sounded like it's going
Yeah,
from
there was a few bugs in it.
yeah, it was going from good to okay, but it was not bad, that's for sure. It was
Yeah,
actually
it wasn't bad. It just if it had some more time to be improved a bit more,
Yeah, I think so too.
It would
Yeah.
have been a
okay.
good game.
Yeah. Okay.
It's still a good game.
Okay. So is anybody?
Okay, shall we get to a main topic?
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah. We've been talking a lot about games, which is okay.
we've been talking about this for 1.5 hours.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
makes sense.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do anybody have something to add before we are moving on to our main topic?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Nope.
Just
No.
doing a summary.
Yeah.
Do not buy the Switch 2 and screw over Nintendo as much as you can to either lower the prices or make the 60 that I
Or
mentioned
buy it
earlier.
in half price on second hand and just get
Or
it in the
just
lower
pirate
price.
everything from now on. Who cares
Yeah,
anymore?
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
It's
Don't
about
even
that
play the
time.
Don't let
game
them
anymore.
win.
Just watch a
Don't let them
YouTuber play
win.
it. That's
Don't let
it.
capitalism win.
Yes.
Vote with your wallet. Just vote with your wallet. Vote with your wallet so the companies will at least get a hold from that. At least something. Okay, so okay, so now let's
Chaos.
go. Yes, indeed. Let's go back to our main topic, and our main topics for today is actually our way of our what what.
Let's call it creator
Sorry,
journey.
I was just
How we
listening to something.
Oh, okay.
how we started our content creator being and how it evolved to what it is now.
Yeah. Okay. So who wants to start? Not all of you in once.
How about you, Sora? How about you?
How about you, Saw? Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Okay. My story is kind of. I don't know if it's gonna be long, but I will try to say all the stuff.
I mean, it doesn't really matter if it's long. We still got plenty of time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we have time. Yeah, I know.
Take your time, dude. Take your
okay.
time.
Okay, so the thing is, was always thinking about doing stream for a very long time, and the thing is that I never had the chance to actually. That I didn't do it because I was living in a two room apartment, and it was like like with a very small walls that you can actually hear your neighbors and stuff like that, and my internet was seriously bad, and I could not
welcome to the
actually.
club.
Yeah. So I cannot do any kind of streams or even think about streams. And that time I actually was more in the mindset of actually making YouTube videos. And I was actually I did try to make some YouTube videos, but then there was work and stuff like that. And I was just starting out as also as a Unity developer, and because it was like the place that I actually was working was a very far away place that it was like 2 hours that I have to go every time I'm going and back. So I didn't have any energy because I was coming back like 8 p.m. all the time in the evening. So I didn't want to do any kind of stream, and I was trying to do YouTube, and I didn't have an energy, and because I was kind of lazy, I just decided to just the lazy is going to be the main factor of this. Laziness is just main factor that I didn't do. And then there was like the point when I actually manage to get a better job, get myself actually much more money and much more room, and have my own room and stuff like that. And because of that, I managed to actually go to a much more bigger apartment and have my own stuff. And because of that, I decided, yeah, you know what? I actually have a place of my own. I can definitely just I have the resources to actually get all those stuff. So I say to myself, yeah, why not just get myself free VTuber? Just go to that free 3D VTuber thingy. You know, that stuff that you actually create your own VTuber 3D VTuber for free. You know, with the drawing and stuff like that.
You mean VRoid
V-Roid.
Studio?
Yeah,
on
VRoid Studio.
Steam?
Yeah, VRoid Studio. You can just go and just create your
Okay.
own 3D avatar and stuff like that. So actually, the hair that you're seeing right now on my model is actually I make sure that the person that actually work on my 2D model, I actually told him that person that to make sure that at least the hair will be like that. And that is actually something that I actually imported from the 3D model. And mostly I actually been really enjoying creating content. I really enjoying just doing streams and stuff. I'm just really like the fact that you just can go live and just talk to any kind of random people and just have fun with everybody, because it's right now I'm kind of living with you. I'm all alone. I have nobody right now. I have only myself right now. I don't live with anybody.
Nice.
I that started it. Uh, yeah, so you live in an apartment with nobody, and you start talking to yourself, which definitely not make you absolutely crazy.
Talking to a
And
No,
mirror.
no, no, that's fine.
Talking to the man in the mirror.
yeah, talking to the man in the mirror. Yeah, it just make things much more fun, and definitely make things much more interesting in your life. And it's become something like for people that don't know this kind of stuff. I'm actually telling them it's a job because um, well, let's face it, the time that you actually invested it is like kind of like a job, but it's more like a hobby in what we are getting right now, because until you're actually getting to a point when you're actually earning a lot of money in that, it's just a hobby. Let's face it, you're not actually going to earn a lot of money until you're actually getting that views of everybody, like Iron Mouse, like I don't know, like any other content creator that is getting tons of views and stuff like that, or tons of subscribers and stuff like that. Although I wish I did, because tell the truth, the moment I'm getting to a point when I actually getting a good amount of money, I'm actually from streaming. I will definitely leave my job and just doing full time streaming. That I'm actually hoping to get to that point, but that's a very far away dream to actually get to that. Because I know how hard it is to actually do this kind of stuff. Because let's face it, there's a big crowd over there. There's a big crowd of people that are looking at specific people, and most of the people that actually watching VTubers are the same people that are watching other VTubers. So you have your audience that actually kind of splitting to any kind of place. So it depends on your luck about this kind of stuff sometimes, and sometimes you have to be very creative to actually get yourself views and stuff like that. For me, the person that actually, the VTuber that actually inspired me to actually doing any kind of streams was Iron Mouse. Iron Mouse is a really
Really?
good, yeah. Iron Mouse is,
Yeah, she's
yeah.
she's
She was the first VTuber that I watched on stream that definitely
mine was
inspired.
Monarch.
Makes sense. Makes sense. He's also a very good streamer. Also, good voice actor, by the way.
Yes,
And
indeed.
yeah, and the thing that I really like her about her is her personality, and the fact that she is um, just starting off with just nothing, and the fact that she is actually cannot move from her room because of her health condition, that she cannot doing almost nothing. So when she actually started, she actually just been doing stream while she's just lying on her bed. Right now, she actually, because of her streams and because of the money she got because of the streams, she actually managed to recover a bit more and more as years go by. And after
Wow.
so yeah, there was a part that she also tells she can walk a bit more lightly, and she actually can get a bit out. There are also times when she can actually now eat. There was actually a point when she cannot eat and drink stuff, but now she getting to a point that she can actually eat a bit or drink a bit or something like that. So it's good to actually see those kind of person and get inspired by those kind of people, because you've seen how they're starting out, and they also give you hope that you can actually do whatever you can. It doesn't matter who you are or what you are. You can, if you trying to give your all, you can actually make it. And or
Yeah, that reminds me of those YouTube videos where arm and legless people try to swim, or people painting with the feet.
yeah,
Like, damn,
those are definitely inspired, and definitely it's really awesome for them that
very
they actually.
inspiring indeed.
Yeah, it's really awesome to see those kind of type of people that trying to actually show that they can actually live a normal life, even though they have those limitations, and it's really inspiring.
Yeah.
And it's really great to see those people managing to do those kind of stuff, and it's always make you want to see them succeed more. Also, I have another person that I really is trying to be inspired more about, and it's also Filian.
Okay.
I don't know if you know that.
Philin is a great 3D VR chat creator.
Yeah.
I've never heard of him. Who is he?
Filian
She loves to do backflips and random things with her body because she has like full body tracking.
Yeah, and also
Wow.
3D model.
and also like to crash out a lot of in walls and stuff like that. And she's
Yeah,
and
she got crazy with that.
yeah, and I'm really trying to get inspired. I'm really inspired by her because how much she's so random, and she have this kind of thing that when she's watching something or talking about something, she know like how to put some random stuff in the conversation, like that, just snap, just go to any kind of conversation, just and any kind of funny stuff in that, and she know how to make thing crazy and also make thing much more interesting as the stream goes, and that's what I really been inspired by. So far I'm really trying to learn how to talk more because most of the time when I was playing, I was playing by myself and I was never used to like talking when I'm streaming while I'm playing, or screaming on the TV, or throwing my controller on the floor or something like that. I mostly, when I play any kind of Souls game or any kind of game, I've been just like silence and just like doing nothing, just watching the game, trying to do the game, and that's it. And just going from doing absolutely saying nothing and just not reacting and something like that, going from that and to actually become trying to react more and talk more, it's something that I'm still trying to improve and something that I'm still trying to understand how to do, because I'm a person that not used to talk a lot with people in real life, and most of the time I mostly try to become much more conversation. The thing is that if you actually talk with me in real life about games or anime, I will not stop talking. I will not stop talking, and I will continue. That's the thing with me. If somebody will talk about me with anime or games, I will not stop talking. I will always enjoy talking about that because those are the two subjects that I always like to talk about. But if you're talking,
Same here, buddy.
yeah, but the thing is, when you're talking with me with like normal stuff and all that, I don't know how to react and talk about more stuff about it, and
Yeah, same.
that's something that I always trying to improve and understand, because I'm not that social, and because I'm trying to become much more social, especially because I'm streaming, you have to become social because if you want people to actually watch your stuff. So this is something that I've been trying to improve and trying to talk more. I'm trying to actually get to the point that I actually not stop talking in a way that when I'm talking about any kind of subject, when it's even not about games and stuff like that. Although let's face it, we are talking about games, so yeah, let's put that aside.
Well, at this point, you're getting just as bad of a talker as Nathan. You guys are basically competing who talks more at this point. So I have to
As
up my
opposed-
game if I even have to want to say anything.
Just let Sora and Nathan do a podcast.
Yeah.
Well, you're not wrong.
24-hour podcast.
Well, you're not wrong.
Yes.
I mean, I will not mind.
You're not wrong. You're actually not wrong. I think if actually you put me and Nathan, I really what I like about Nathan is the fact that he know what to talk. He always have something to talk about, and I really always when I know that if I have Nathan, I know that we always have something to talk, and I know it will always be interesting because Nathan is a person that that is actually know what he's talking about. Yeah, you can disagree with his opinion, or agree with his opinion, but in the end, is a really awesome guy that definitely
I'll
very
stick
fun to
some
talk
glue
with.
to his mouth.
Good one,
Wait,
hero.
repeat that?
Good one.
Okay, for context for Crash and Lior, it's actually we play D&D, and the thing is that
Yeah, whenever that one.
yeah, but Crash don't know it. No, Crash don't know it. And the thing is that when we play D&D, we got this kind of glue to make Nathan stop talking, because
Because he was talking way too much.
yeah,
He couldn't
so,
stop talking, and
Yeah.
nobody else would have had a chance
Gave
to
more
say
people
anything.
screen time.
so yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
So
That's
hilarious.
but the thing is, but which is I actually really like about how creative Nathan can be, is just
You
because
guys
he
all
cannot
heard
talking,
that.
he cannot talking.
He
he's
never
being
stops.
like-
He just does.
yeah, they're like he
He just does that. He just.
basically Nathan. Yes. So basically, Nathan could do a 24/7 podcast by himself, bro.
Technically yes.
I bet he could.
I bet he can. I bet he can. But I think that's a very good positive.
awesome.
I think it's a very positive perspective of Nathan. I think that he
Also, another point with Nathan dragging him in here. Like, he wanted to lead the podcast, and he's not here.
well, nothing. Nothing we can do about that. Well, you have a birthday you have to attend to, so it's okay. Yeah, everybody have their own stuff that you have to handle in life, so it's okay. Everybody have their own stuff, but yeah, everybody will do their best, I'm sure. Okay, so I am. Is there some kind of question that you want to ask me before we move on to other people here?
Nope.
Okay.
Actually, you've been very
Joking,
thorough
joking,
with your
joking.
stories,
Oh.
so I cannot find any loopholes or anything
Loopholes
at the moment.
Loopholes. What loophole? What the heck is a loop? How are you getting loopholes with my story?
Like, no, not loopholes. What is the word? Like, I can't find any opening to start a topic.
Okay. I
Something
thought
like
you were going to
Yeah.
drag me to court or something like now.
No, sorry. Like, my wording was probably not the best one.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I was kidding. Crash, you have something to say?
I have something to say.
Yes. What do you have something
Okay,
to say?
Say it.
Were you able? Wow. Were you when you were a kid, or if I guess throughout your life, have you ever been, I guess, like a type of creative person, or if like YouTube was ever like a main, like when you were a kid, do you ever like watch a lot of content creators and have that like image of your head when you were a kid, like, oh my god, I want to be a YouTuber. Oh my god, I want to be a streamer. You know, I feel like always
That's actually what
creativity
happened
always
to me.
started
Actually,
young.
well, let me tell you this. I am not. When I was a kid, there was no YouTube. There was no YouTube. There was internet, but was not YouTube. But the thing is, I was trying to actually be quite creative with the stuff. I was actually trying to create movies with my friends and stuff. Yeah, well, there was a point when we actually did some kind of like a Spider-Man movie. I was like getting myself like a costume of Spider-Man, and we were trying to actually do a movie, and it was really bad and stupid, as you know, kids do.
That's probably very entertaining, though.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it was
Yeah.
seriously cringe, and the thing is,
Beautiful.
I also were in when I was when I was a kid, I was also drawing comics. I was drawing so many comics, and I was back
dang.
then. I was so inspired by Digimon, even Powerpuff Girls, Rayman, and all those stuff that was back then in the 90s, and all this kind of stuff. And I was so inspired by them, and also Beyblade. Yeah, I also
Love
did a comic
Beyblade.
with Beyblade. Yeah, Beyblade was awesome. I agree. And I was creating a lot of stuff with all that stuff, and at some point there was a point when then there was YouTube and stuff, and then I saw YouTube and I saw how interesting it was. I didn't get to a point when I actually want to do videos, because my mindset was actually more in the direction of I want to program games, and I want to learn how to program and get to a point when I'm actually working for a company or being by myself and making a game. And that was the reason why right now I'm a Unity developer. So I don't work for any kind of game company or something like that, but I have been working on stuff, and I've also been involved in indie games and any kind of stuff like that. So I've been involved in stuff like that, and when I actually, and like I said, when there was a point when I saw that I have time for doing stream, and when I have time to myself a bit more, then I decided to do streams. Is there more question that you want to ask about that, or
Why did you choose? I guess like I don't know if people always. I always look at this thing where it's like a lot of people always have like I don't know if it's just like a goal, but a lot of people, sorry, can like picture themselves as like, oh, like you said, like, oh, I wanted to be like a game developer, and then boom, that's what you are. Has it always been that you wanted to be a game developer, or was there ever anything that was, I guess, piquing a different interest?
Oh yeah, that's actually a good question. I actually, when I was a kid, I would actually want to be a toy maker. I want to create toys, just toys, regular toys, box
That's
toys,
cool.
and stuff like that. I was actually
Oh,
just,
that's cool.
and there was a point when I was actually creating, like, this box games and stuff like that, with turns and stuff like that, because I was playing a lot of those when I was a kid, and I was have a lot of toys. I would all the time. I was annoying my parents to buy this toy and that toy and that toy and this toy. My parents know how annoying I was about buying every toy. I was always want to more buy Legos and stuff like that. But
Oh, I love Legos.
but
We used to
what
have it
I love
too as well.
Bionicles. That was my
yeah,
thing. I love
Bionicles was
them.
awesome. I agree. Bionicles is absolutely awesome. I really like
I didn't
Bionicles.
have that. I did not have that. I just had the Lego bricks.
Oh, that's still cool. And at some point, there was a point when the first console that I actually played, although I did play some stuff before that, but the first official thing that I actually played was on PS1. The first console that I actually got was the PS1. And then after that, I never actually had any kind of Nintendo console until at least I only have the Game Boy Color, because only Game Boy Color was only the thing, Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance, and that's the only thing that I was actually managed to get, because that's the only thing that I had in my country. Although after that they were
Yeah.
released, they did get Wii and Wii U, but I didn't actually care about that, because I much more prefer the PlayStation and Xbox and stuff like that. So I only bought those consoles, and yeah, and that point when I there were parts in my life when I was so depressed and stuff like that, that I didn't know what to do, and games kind of saved me in a way. And because how games kind of saved me, and making my life much more fun and much more enjoyable, I actually changed my view on want to making toys, and to actually change it to I want to make games, because I want to contribute to this industry that actually made me feel belong, and also make me feel like I can enjoy with stuff and actually experience really creative stuff.
That's cool.
That's
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you. Okay, so who want to go next?
Who wants to go next?
Not it.
No, it's
I
know-
guess I'll go next since
Okay,
nobody is
okay, go Shadow.
claiming the spot.
Okay, go Shadow.
So, like first, let's start with a funny story. On my first kindergarten day, I escaped my kindergarten barefoot, like jumped over the fence and ran out because I am not very sociable. I hate people, and I felt like it wasn't there. So like, fuck this shit. I'm out of here. My mom's friend finds me on the street and brings me back to the kindergarten. I advised her for that. Next day, I go to my mom, get me a car, and I want to go away from here. I want to do a job. I know what I want to do for my life, and then I list up an entire freaking list of jobs I want to do.
I know what
Yeah.
the job you do.
I want to become this. I
Yeah.
want to become this. I want to become this. Game designer, hairdresser, Barbie, freaking like lots of things. Like later on, I decided, okay, I want to be an all rounder. Try as much as freaking possible and see how it leads to. Maybe I'll become a mashup something as a job. Who knows?
Yeah. When you're a kid, you're like that. Yeah.
But yeah, my first console was the the Game Boy, the Game Boy Advance SP.
Oh, okay.
My first game was Rayman,
Oh.
and I was very fascinated by it. Later on, I got a brother, and with him, I had to pay my console. And
Oh, heck.
why did you have to bring this peasant into my life when it was
Peasant.
good? He ruined my life.
Peasant.
And also from there on, my father also became more aggressive and bossy towards me. Started hating me from there. But yeah, it was especially because my brother is a blonde with blue eyes, and he like, yeah, this is my prince. He gets everything, and I was basically trash and a slave from there on. But okay, that is
Bestie is not
besides
trash.
the point. That's besides the point. Later on, I focused on PlayStations and Nintendos, and the consoles, like the console base from Nintendo and Sony, basically.
Mm-hmm.
My first PlayStation console was the PS1. It started with the Game Boy Advance SP and the PlayStation 1, and I got basically any console from there on.
Oh,
Through my
okay.
own hard-earned cash. My parents wouldn't just buy me stuff. I would have to earn it in a way, like with money. I have to earn the money to buy it myself.
Makes sense.
So
Somehow you have to get stuff, yeah.
yeah, exactly. And later on, when I was like around 16 years old, I was 16 years old in 2016. I've got my first laptop, and I found this site called YouTube. I binge watched it a lot. Like it became a daily habit of mine to check out YouTube. And I decided
Honestly same.
in this year, just after I had like insight on YouTube, like I want to become a YouTuber. I started making YouTube videos, but I didn't know what type of videos, so I just posted freaking everything that was on my mind. Reactions, gaming videos, I did an animation on my DS back in the day.
Oh,
I
really?
threw everything on my YouTube channel. Yes.
Nice.
But it didn't do too well, and I didn't know what I was doing, but I was doing fun. Later on in when coronavirus started, I did start TikTok. I was the third person that did a cosplay channel with the camion glasses.
So you
yeah.
so that's the
Yeah,
inspiration for
I
all the
was the
videos.
third one. I was the third one that actually got the glasses and did the videos before or that became a trend.
I see. So that's the inspiration why you're
Cool.
using that tool now. I see. Because for those who don't know, Shadow in his TikTok is using a lot. Is doing a lot of those type of videos when he's doing like an IRL video, like a
Yeah,
very short one.
my TikTok adventure. My TikTok adventure started with the camion glasses cosplay thing with my Spider-Man hoodie.
Nice.
That was my main go-to thing.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. There's yeah.
Afterwards, like I kept evolving my costume or like my looks over time. The more I got stuff, like I added a scarf. Actually, I didn't have the Spider-Man hoodie before. I started with a black hoodie.
Okay. Makes
Yeah.
sense also.
And afterwards, I upgraded over like, oh, this is a better Spider-Man hoodie. Let's get that one. And then I added a scarf, and then this and that. I tried a cap, and I was like, no. Then I added
Actually,
blue
before the
OCs.
stuff, you met me.
Yeah, that was way before I met you. I made OCs beside my main character that was supposed to represent me. Like I started to have a phase where I was like torn personality wise. So we had a guy that just wants to beat the living shit out of people, and the shy guy that was basically just trying to look out for people and be somewhat of a hero, which was basically not a hero. He was just fantasizing about it.
Okay, nice.
Like he wants to try and help people where he can, but everybody shuts him down. Yada yada. Then there's the guy. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're a piece of shit. I hate you. Oh, you're kind of okay. And you. And afterwards, I went over with several other characters that are unrelated to those two, like Arthur the Elf. He had several cosplays for Star Wars that was Star Wars related. Spider-Man suit. We had a wolf cosplay, like a half wolf, like humanoid wolf cosplay. I think I called him Yuki. because he was like white, like his fur was white. Okay. After that, around that time when I was like on my peak, before I started becoming VTuber, I was scrolling on my For You page and I saw this guy that was like making Minecraft skins. I'm like, oh, okay. Kept
I wonder
scrolling.
who would that be?
Like, that's kind of cool, but just kept scrolling. A few years, like maybe 2 years later, I see the same guy doing a Camion cosplay video with introductions. My name, my age, my favorite color. And he was doing a Camion cosplay as well. I hit him up like, yo, you like Japan? I love Japan. I want to go there. and that's where I met Leoy. That was him.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
instantly
nice.
became best friends after chatting for a little bit.
Oh, that's nice.
Like, you're my best friend now. You have no choice.
We are best.
We're
Right.
still in story. We're still in
Leroy is
story.
being held hostage. Send help.
Yeah.
And afterwards, we both kind of discovered, like around that time, I started watching VTubers, mostly Calliope Mori and Mr. Rias, and then we have Nianu.
Oh, yeah, is a
Don't
really
forget
good.
Tayo.
Yeah, that's a really good streamer.
Yeah, she was very cringe, but that was the one of the first ones I actually got an impression of.
Yeah, that's actually a
when
really
the
good
VTuber
role
thing
model.
First started off, basically.
Yeah, that's the really
And I
good
was
role
like,
models
I
as a
can,
VTuber.
like, yeah. And my reaction was, I can be an anime boy on the internet.
Yes.
I was like, yes, that's what I want to be. I'm gonna do that. And then I started making myself. I tried to absorb as much information as possible how to do this. And then I started to make myself a free model on VRoid, like you, Tora. Afterwards, I was like, yeah, this looks kind of cool and stuff, but I don't like 3D. How do I become more anime, like 2D? I love 2D more. So I commissioned someone on Fiverr to make myself a 2D VTuber model, and relearned it with the VTuber video and all that. Yeah, and it really got off topic of what I actually wanted. It looked cool. I used it for a while, but it was not what I want.
Okay.
I kept the scarf and the Spider-Man hoodie theme for that one, but it wasn't what I wanted. They didn't get the skin color right and yada yada. And then at some point was like, okay, I need to try to find someone that can give me exactly what I want. Also, I should get more original and go away from the Spider-Man hoodie. And that's what you get today.
I see. Okay. That's the
Now you have a shadow today.
Like I said, no, wait, I'm not done yet. I'm not done
okay.
yet. So, I started with YouTube videos. Like in 2001, I discovered there was like streaming, people streaming. And I was like, that would increase the amount of content I can push out on my YouTube channel. And then I was trying to figure out how to do that. I started streaming then on YouTube. I didn't know about Twitch yet. Like a year after that, I was like, what is Twitch? And I started doing that.
Okay.
Still struggling with Twitch. It's not my main platform, but I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I
and,
noticed that your main
I'm streaming
platform.
on it on a daily basis, but YouTube will always stick with me, bro.
Yeah, I noticed that YouTube is definitely your main bread and butter when it's come to your streaming stuff. Because I'm still that I see most of your people that pretty much watching your videos or your stream are mostly on the chat on your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Okay. Did anyone...
Like I started the streamings I deleted it when I started TikTok, I deleted everything on my YouTube channel, by the way. All my videos that I had like around Corona time, I deleted my entire videos. I kept the channel, but I deleted the videos to restart it as a gaming channel because I finally knew what I wanted to do.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Uh,
you want to know how he sounded like in the beginning? I was stuttering so much. I was basically saying every after every word.
Well,
It's
I
so
think
weird.
I think it makes sense because not all of us are like talkative people. Most of the people that start in stream are pretty much introvert people that don't talk with a lot of people. And the fact that we are trying to evolve ourselves in a way that we are when we are not, well, we went from not talking a lot from talking a lot to other people is some like a very big jump, like we are being thrown into a water that you have to get to a point when you're actually talking, because if you're not, well, you can guess how this is gonna go. So it's kind of
Yeah.
important.
Also, like throughout my years, I didn't have any friends, and I was basically picked on, or people tried to pick on me. So I basically didn't really get anyone to talk about. I didn't have any friends, and I wasn't very sociable my entire life.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
and until you guys, of course, until you guys. Now I'm trying to figure out stuff more with how to bring my ideas over to you guys, words, because my brain works with pictures. It's hard to make a picture in your head and then figure out how the words work.
Yeah, and the funny thing, I actually can understand that. And the thing is that when I was a kid, actually, I people were thought that I'm a real easy target to bullied, and but the thing is that I was the one that always kicked their butts, always.
Same here. Same
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Every time when I was when I was first year, there was like five or four kids that were always trying to laugh at me and stuff like that. I didn't care because it's just talking stuff, and I didn't
I
care
didn't give
about
a
it.
shit. But if they were like, come out to the parking lot, we're gonna go street battle now. I'm like, okay, give me time and place. They didn't show up, or they came with a whip, and I had my backpack with me, so they got their asses fucked.
Well, the thing is that there was a time in every bully that I actually tried to that tried to bully me. There was a time when they were thinking that, oh yeah, okay, he's not getting any emotion from me talking. Let's punch this dude, let that. And when they got to that point, that's when stuff went down. When I mean like that, I mean that's the point when I absolutely just kicked their butts. Either they're
It's about to go down.
That's the point when I absolutely just either throw them on the ground or just absolutely just kick their butts so badly that they just get away from me so badly. There was always those kids. There was all of those kids that were bullying me and then trying to pick a fight with me, and they were trying to like complain about the thing is that I always have the best case. You were attacking me first. What do you
Also, by
expect?
the way, outside of the window of one of my schools, there were like these giant rocks. They were kind of heavy, and some of my bullies hid these rocks in my backpack that I always packed very heavy.
Wait, why do you have rocks?
With a lot of books and stuff, and I wasn't bothered by it. I used it as training to kick the butts even more efficiently.
Damn.
That's nice.
Yes, I kept training my body so people cannot pick on me.
I think
I
that
bet these
Like a cool
these
anime.
stuff.
yeah,
Good gyms if you have a heavy backpack on a daily basis, bro.
I think everybody. I think the good lesson for everybody is one is there's two things that you should do if you get it bullied. One, snitch, freaking snitch. Don't be afraid
No,
about.
fuck that shit. Kick the butts.
No,
Kick
no,
the
no, no,
fucking
no, no,
butts.
no, no,
No
no,
snitching.
no,
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 no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no,
Trying to be
no,
good influence.
no, 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 no. There's a
Trying
reason
to
why
be
I'm
good
saying this.
influence.
No, 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 no. Okay. First of all, if somebody is bullying you, first snitch. If somebody's telling you, yo, don't snitch, you get in trouble, blah, 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 snitch. That's the first rule, okay? Snitch your parents, snitch your principal, snitch your teacher, whatever. If that doesn't work, learn martial art. Learn how to protect yourself. That, I think, is the best thing you need to know when you're
I didn't even need martial art. I was freestyling this shit,
well,
bro.
whatever. Yeah, it's okay, but I think that everybody should know.
Makes it more unpredictable.
I think everybody should know surf protect. I think that's the best thing you can have when you are like in an environment that really is bad for you and like nothing is work and you cannot talk with your principal and nobody cares and stuff like that. if you can get in this point, at least you can
Adults
talk
won't
about
help you. I learned that the hard way. Adults won't live. They won't listen to you. They won't help you for shit.
Well,
and
listen,
they are the ones
listen,
that will screw you over.
Listen.
No,
Violence.
I was screwed over by my teachers, bro.
Listen. Violence is not always the way. If
Yes,
you can,
yes, it is. Yes, it is. The way I lived, yes.
No. Dude, you're on stream, dude. You're on stream, dude. You need to understand what you're not supposed to. Just stuff that you're not supposed to say.
I don't care.
Even
It's
if you,
funny.
yeah, I know. But listen. First of all, if you can talk to your parents or stuff like that, please do that. But if all stuff doesn't work, please learn self-defense. That definitely can help you with a lot of stuff. Do that. Okay, now we'll stop talking about AI and stuff like that. We should avoid that kind of topic. So let's move on to another person.
Okay, yeah, I'm finished with my story. Who wants to go next?
Okay.
Me.
Okay, Leo, you go.
You go. Okay, go.
Okay.
Long ago.
Don't go in the distant past.
Long ago, no, I'm not
am
gonna
a
start like that. Come
the
on.
chief of the
I'm-
master of
this-
darkness.
is
Unleash
not
an
story time.
unspeakable evil. But a fully samurai warrior, wielding a master sword, step forward to a cool pose
Shut-
me. Dang, dang. Before the final foe will strike, an open in the following time, and in the future. Well, my
Okay,
evil
stop.
has gone.
God, I thought
Okay,
this
no,
was
let's
an
just
intro.
insert a Ninjago and let's binge watch.
Can I please just tell my backstory?
Enjoy.
Yes,
Yeah, go,
yes,
go.
sorry.
Go.
Okay. Damn it! Now I lost my muse because of you.
Your muse. Long ago, there was a Lior.
Stop. Okay. So basically, now I think that how I started content creation it needs to start from when I was little,
Mm.
because well, you guys said you were bullied in like high school.
Mhm.
Some of you.
Every single school from kindergarten, bro.
I was
Well,
bullied.
I was.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, I was mostly bullied in elementary school. It was for 4 years by
Mhm.
almost everyone in my school.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and but the thing is, I was the quiet kid who didn't try to fight back. I was just trying to ignore everybody and trying to mind my own business, not get into much trouble, just focus on my studies, But in the end, it just I just didn't do anything.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I decided
I
to.
was the type that was like, screw the school. It's a waste of time and money.
Well, everybody have
Yeah,
their
but
own
I
way
wa-
they're doing stuff in school. So everybody.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I just basically wanted to be a good a good student and just focus on my own training and not pay attention to those bullies. But the thing is, it was just more than just some words or anything. That was actually also physical violence and a little bit of swearing for people in like a small age.
Well, kids are kids, dude. Kids are when they have access to say stuff or do stuff. That's pretty much how they like
Yeah.
to
Well,
enjoy.
it's got worse over time. Just look at the people in John Alpha.
Yeah, but
Well, I don't know
thing
about
is
that.
that
Okay.
affected me in a but the thing affected me in the way that I actually started developing anxiety and ADHD in a small age.
Mm-hmm.
There was also one time that I was afraid to tell my parents when somebody left a mark on my leg, but apparently my mom found out and made a, and it was a whole other mess, which I'll get into in another time, not now.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay, so but to be honest, one thing that did help me get through elementary school was the fact that I was watching a lot of YouTube videos when I was little.
Mhm.
And one time, I actually started filming some stop motion Legos. Well, not
Oh,
stop
that's
motion.
cool.
completely.
Oh, I actually, it's gonna remind me. There was actually some kind of kit that was like with Lego that they actually give you a camera and actually
Yeah, I
let
think I
you.
remember that too.
Yeah, and you can actually create a motion.
really?
Yeah, it's like it like actually give you a Lego camera that you can actually just put on like a Lego thingy, and then you can actually just do like a motion film like that, because you're doing like a step by step like step, and it was actually kind of cool.
I never heard
They
of that
had
before.
like it was like a box that was like, oh, for like Lego stop motion, that would give you like a good amount of Legos. They'll give you
Yeah,
like
yeah, 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 yeah. That
like
one,
a
and the
stand,
one with
Yeah.
the
and
in
then it would
the
be like an app.
yeah,
That's how I
that's right.
remember it.
Yeah, and it was actually like in and they also used like stuff from Steven Spielberg movies, like Jurassic Park or Jaws and stuff like that. For examples. Why the heck that's that? Ah, okay, now I get it. Okay, coming back to Leo's story.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyway, I made some stop. I made a bit of a stop motion video where I was playing with a Yoshi set of Lego. It wasn't an official set; it was from Lego blocks.
Oh, makes sense. Makes
Oh,
sense.
okay.
Makes sense now.
Yeah, we didn't have money. Lego was expensive back in my time, and I couldn't
Lego's still
afford the
expensive.
official
Lego is
ones.
still
It even
expensive.
got more expensive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but anyway, I was doing some Lego stop motion videos, and then lately, and then I was really into Minecraft, so I started doing some of these as well.
Mm-hmm.
But the Lego videos was what were good because they were very funny, and when people were what people in school started watching it, it was actually really interested in it, and
Oh.
it kind of made me a little bit popular, at least for a while,
Mm-hmm.
at least a little bit,
Okay.
not that much.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. But then I kind of stopped because I don't know. I guess because I was a kid, I didn't really fully got into the whole entire content creation thing just yet. So and then around high school, I did. Then around high school, I discovered that I have very good talent with art, and people really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, by the way, between middle school and high school, that's when bullying stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Oh, that's good. That's
Yep.
good. It's good when
Okay,
people
that's
stop.
good that it
Yeah, that's
stopped. Yeah.
after elementary school, people started getting more friendly towards me. I actually, I was a little bit more happier, but I still had anxiety.
That's
And I still do.
understandable. Well, understandable. It's when you're studying stuff and all that, you can definitely get easily frustrated when you need to studies and make sure that you actually get a good grade and stuff like that. And sometimes
Yeah,
you
but it's
also
also
want.
because of my
Yeah, sorry.
it's also of my my experience in elementary school for about 4 years. That kind of left a mark on me.
Yeah, it's not easy to go from being introvert to be extrovert. Yeah, it's not easy. It's absolutely not easy. It's something that
I
not.
still am a little
I've never
sometimes,
been an
but I'm
extrovert.
not more sociable.
I've always been an introvert since the beginning of my life.
Yeah, but I became a little bit better at being a bit more extroverted sometimes. I still a little bit am a bit introverted, but it's only around people that I barely don't know or that I find that are a bit too energetic for me.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Not like you, of course. So I can get into your vibe.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's when when in high school I also discovered I was learned that there's this app called TikTok was used to be Musically, but it was like more like a short video filming program that a lot
Yeah,
of
that
people would
was like
use.
That's
and
nostalgic
that
to
was
hear.
probably around Corona time as well. That's when Musically turned into TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hearing that name
Actually,
again
that
is
was
just
for me. That was
nostalgic.
a little bit a lot. At least for me, it was also actually a little bit earlier before the COVID. I was actually watching some Lauren Seaside videos, and of her doing some TikTok videos because of some memes on the internet. I think it was. But anyways,
Vine
she,
was it maybe Vine?
no, it
Probably.
was TikTok.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Okay, and so then I was filming the video just because I wanted to, one day, and with my room changing colors and stuff, and with doing it got a lot of views. So I kept doing that, all these videos sometimes with my hands, even with a Cosmo robot that I had.
Mm-hmm.
And then it all started when when I saw a gacha people making gacha animations. And yes, I played gacha club. Still me.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I used to a lot. I still do,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Yeah. But that's basically what got me very famous because I just did gacha animations a lot, and they were funny and people loved it. I guess I always had a sense for content creation in a way or another. But when gacha animations were kind of how it started my journey, and I was close to like, and I also started doing some art. And my bestie knows I also did Minecraft skins.
Mm-hmm.
He knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, but and then I start
Yeah, we know.
and then I
We know.
started
We know.
looking at people
We
doing.
all know, buddy. We
We
all know.
know. We all know,
I
buddy.
don't know. I didn't
We know.
know. It's nice to know.
Yeah, he
Anyway,
don't know. Well, I just
anyway,
told my story, and he was that's part of was my story, so you should know now.
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, uh, I then start seeing that people were actually doing cosplays a lot, and I got interested in it. You know, the cosplays at the cameo and stuff. That was before I made my bestie Shadow. That was actually other people like TikToker called Gunskook or like Static, and there were a lot of them, and I decided I want to become part of this too. So I bought the cheapest type of camera glasses
Cameron
because
glasses.
yeah, because camera glasses
Yeah.
were so expensive. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't
They
afford
kind of
them to
were.
myself.
I just happened to stroll about on them when they first dropped when they were cheaper at a convention in London.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 second.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was before it was popular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is it
But
called?
anyway, I started doing cosplaying, and that was actually during COVID. Like I started doing cosplay videos. You know, I created my first OC. I called him Orion, and he was like an angel cyborg. And then I created another OC that was called Shadow, which was a demon cyborg.
Mm-hmm.
And and then there was TikTok Bot, which was just a regular cyborg.
Mm-hmm.
So I
And then
guess
there
you
was
were very much into cyborgs, huh?
more like well, yeah.
I got you on that. You got you on that, dude. You got you that.
Yeah, and then I created I also created a cyborg version of me, and then another cyborg called Marshall, and also I also created the Sand cyborg,
Mm-hmm.
and then you know some art. I did some art. I did some this, some that, some Minecraft skins.
Mm-hmm.
I really got into content creation a lot during that time, and I didn't feel like honestly cosplaying and doing TikTok videos at all. It just didn't feel like I was doing something that was actually me during content creation, because my point in content creation was to try to be someone that I can inspire other people. You know, my whole entire motive
Yeah.
is my whole entire motive is about to motivate people to not give up on themselves and believe in themselves more. And I didn't feel like I was inspiring anyone. I was just making them laugh, but I didn't feel like it was enough. I also didn't feel like I was exactly me, as well. All I was doing was do, basically doing some skits or do some music. It didn't feel like it was enough. And that's when I first stumbled upon VTubing. And
Mm-hmm.
my first VTuber was actually Monarch. He
Mm-hmm.
was at first I thought he was, just he was, doing like some sort of
Yeah,
being
she was a
elegant and
singing. She was
everything.
mostly singer before that. Actually, she mostly do
Yeah, she was a
singers
singer
cover.
before. Yeah,
She.
she was a singer before, but mostly I thought she was just like an elegant person. She's not that entertaining. But then the more I saw her, I realized how chaotic she really is, and how much. And then I also found about Sayu and another VTuber called Popamat, which is basically a furry VTuber.
Okay.
and
Okay.
and I met and saw so many other VTubers, and then I realized that this is what I want to do. I can be myself and actually inspire people while not having to show the real life me. Most of what I was worried about content creation was the fact that you have to show who you are through content creation, and that's something that I kind of was nervous about. Still want to do it anyway somehow, but after I discovered that VTubing was an option, I decided to go to that, and I designed my first VTuber that you guys know what it looks like.
Oh, by the way, I want to add something. Me and
Hmm.
Leoy started VTubing together, basically.
Oh, really? You
Oh
started
yeah,
together?
Yeah.
I basically met Bessie after I created him a Minecraft skin, and
Oh,
after
okay.
he saw
So
my
you were
video.
in on it. Everybody have some stock in the market about how they going to start. Yeah, just putting some money on the side of who is going to succeed more and stuff like that. And then you had a bet.
Many.
No,
No.
what are you talking about?
I
That
don't
was a
know.
very convincing no.
Anyway,
That's a very convincing no. Yeah, you
But
got.
no,
anyway,
Are
there
you
was no
hiding
bet
something?
involved. There was no bet involved. We were just, yo, you're my bestie now. You're coming with me if
You're my
I
friend
jump
now.
off a cliff.
You're a
You're
friend
my
now.
friend now. You're my bestie. You're my bestie. If I die, you're coming with me. And
Oh,
basically,
that's nice.
we basically sort of already both had the idea of VTubing and then got into it together,
Oh,
more or
that's
less.
nice. That's awesome. Nice.
I was a VTuber first, and Leo followed after, short after. So
Okay.
no, wait, I was a VTuber first, wasn't I?
That really
no.
I
matters?
started as
I
a
was
PhD
first.
VTuber.
The argument begins.
I had my 3D
Here we
VTuber
go
when
with the
you made
competition.
your first VTuber model, and then I changed to my 2D model later.
Yeah, I think I started as a VTuber first before you,
Oh
and
my
then
god, this is
you.
okay.
No, now
No,
you're
we
lying,
know.
bro.
Okay, okay,
We
okay.
can track
lying.
this.
Okay,
We can
okay.
track this on
lying.
TikTok, buddy.
Okay,
We can track this on TikTok,
okay.
bro. I
Okay.
can
Here we
track
go.
this.
We don't have
There you go.
time for
I
this.
Yeah,
We
I
can
don't
know it's
have
track.
gonna
time
go
for
I
there.
this.
had my 3D
We
model
don't have
before
time.
you started VTubing.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
you know what? Sure, we can
Okay,
say it this
okay.
way.
Yeah. You try to investigate later, okay?
Yeah,
Because
we'll deal with that later. Not
yeah.
now.
Investigate those kind
Okay,
of stuff
continue
later.
your story. Continue your story.
Yeah.
So yeah, you saw you guys. I started first as a PNG tuber, and which was basically me, an old art of mine, just moving its mouth a lot, and then I moved to actual free 2D VTuber because I felt like I want to be exactly a VTuber that can move its mouth, but I was worrying about money and design, so I just decided to design my first one myself.
Yeah.
It's
So
okay.
so for those who
Yeah,
don't
it was.
know, Lior is the one that actually make his own VTuber. He didn't commission it or
I
anything
make
like
my
that.
own assets. I
He
don't.
making all the stuff. Yes.
I
Well, Leoy made the art and then he commissioned the rigging.
Well, it
yeah,
makes sense.
I made the art. Yeah, started the art and commissioned the rigging. Although I gotta say, my current model looks a lot better than my first one. My bestie can concur
Well, it's a
on that.
process. The art is a
Well,
process.
I do like the pastel colors. Just tiny details were bothering me, but otherwise it looks good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, so I started the model, and I really enjoyed doing streaming. It was hard at first because I was only beginning to stream and not many watching, but I still went ahead and did it anyway because it felt more natural to me, and I felt like I felt like I was more confident and more confident in making content online. And then I started doing collabs with my bestie, and then I met Sora and Nathan and everybody
And
else.
Bestie,
And
do you remember what we first collabed on? Our very first collab? Remember what game it was?
What was it?
Minecraft.
All right,
really?
Minecraft.
Really? Oh, that's nice. Well,
Yep.
it's a very nice game to actually start. It's kind of funny. The first thing that I actually did a collab was the first collab I actually did was with Shadow, and
Really?
yes. And the thing is that the first collab that we did was just doing off script, just redubbing, just a Death Note.
Oh yeah, I remember. That was the funniest idea I had, and then that got taken down because of copyright issues.
Yeah, it got copyright. Yeah, copyright. Yeah, because of that. Although we actually muted
Yeah.
it, which is kind of funny. We actually muted it, so I think it's because of
Yeah,
this.
I was copyrighted because of the footage.
Yeah, it's probably the
Oh.
footage that we got copyrighted. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think
That
we
was
should.
fun anyway to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so yeah. Anyway, yeah. We started it. I started collabing with other people. Then then I decided I want to upgrade my model
Mm-hmm.
to fit more my lore.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the VTuber that I have in front of you today, and I'm affiliated. And yeah,
Yep.
there you have it.
Yeah. By the way,
Yay.
congratulations on being affiliated. By the way.
Yeah,
Yes.
stream
Congrats.
on
Congrats.
celebration
Congratulations on affiliate.
celebration for affiliate on Thursday. Let's go.
Yay.
Okay. Last question for Lior before we're moving on to the next people over here.
Okay.
Yes.
I have a question.
Go. Go.
Why did you choose your name?
Ooh.
What do you mean?
Why
How
did
did
you
you choose the
decide
name?
on that name?
Why you choose Lior?
Well, I didn't want to. I just didn't feel right to me to use a name that is not mine because I don't like hide my name. I think using my name is my actual name is more fitting to who I am,
Mm-hmm.
and I just like dragons. So they are dragon.
Okay. Okay.
Nice.
The
Okay.
Delta Light just came out of nowhere. I just thought about it and I liked the name, so I decided to make it like my second name.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Nice.
Awesome. Okay. Moving on to either Mr. Hero or Crash. You're not avoiding talking about yourself. I
You're
know
not
it's fair.
avoiding speaking.
Crash, do you want to go first?
It will cost you. It will cost you
Disconnect.
and switch to
Disconnect.
No, I'm joking, I'm joking.
therapy. This therapy session will cost you a Switch 2 and a couple of PS5.
No.
Hey man, I could
Oh
get
my
a lot
God.
with that
Oh,
PS5.
Are you serious?
I can sell it. I can make money. Rock paper
Oh
scissors shoot.
God.
Okay.
What did you get? I got paper.
I got M16.
Damn it.
Okay.
Damn
Oh
it.
boy.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess that
What do you mean?
means. I guess that means I'm going next.
Yeah, you're going. Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Oof. Okay. The tale
Didn't
of
know we were
Mr.
bringing
Hero.
guns into this, but okay.
The tale of Mr. Hero. Where do I
Yes.
even begin?
Yeah, go.
Okay.
I guess.
I
Hero,
know where to
Mr.
start
Hero.
this. So it started
I'm from
in
the mountains of-
2013 when me and my cousin were playing Minecraft and we were watching a Stampy video. If you know Stampy.
Oh my God, Stampy.
Stampy, yeah.
Oh, I love
We were
Stampy.
watching his theme park video and then we decided, let's build a theme park. So we literally built a theme park in Minecraft. And the first video I made, it was like Minecraft on the old box TV and all of that. And
Oh, I missed the box
Yeah,
CDs.
the box
with the VHS
TV.
tapes.
With the
Yes,
Xbox
box
360
Oh.
Tale is
and
all
all
this
of
time.
that.
Yeah.
Yep. And we recorded our first video. We never really posted it because like we just did it for the fun of it, really. And then after that, I'm trying to remember what my actual first content was. What was the first game I played? I think it was a sniper game on my phone.
Sniper game.
Slapper game.
It was a sniper game on my phone, and I did like one video on it, and that was it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then I'll go from there. I went to Gacha Life, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
and started doing animations. And that was when I met my best friend. I call him a brother because he is a brother to me. His name is Dash X. He is another gacha content creator. And me and him basically decided, okay, let's chat on Discord for a bit. We did. We became best friends from there, and we started making a series together called a Breaker Multiverse. And basically what that was is 6 warriors went into the multiverse and all that, Dragon Ball, Naruto, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, went from there, and then we started implementing voice acting, so I was a voice actor for a few of the episodes.
Nice.
Oh, really?
That's
that's
cool.
Yeah,
That's very cool.
yeah. And then I went on a little phase of doing Shadow the Hedgehog voice acting. I can't do it
Oh,
fuck
anymore.
yeah.
Ooh.
Love Shadow.
I've
Yeah.
lost my
Love 'em.
Shadow voice, unfortunately, so that idea went down the chute very quickly.
I know.
Why did
And
that
then
happen?
I had
Oh,
to
no.
quit YouTube because I had major exams and stuff like that, so I had to like.
Makes sense.
That was the year where I had to like properly like log in with all the studying and stuff like that.
Understandable.
Well, my
Understandable.
school years, I was like, fuck school. I'd rather play Game Boy or do YouTube.
Yeah, so I stopped making YouTube videos for
You're a
like
very good example,
a year or two.
Shadow.
I know.
You are a very good example, Destiny.
I know I'm not.
You're a good
Don't,
influence.
do not follow my example. Just do as I say, not as I do.
Destiny's not a good example. Don't follow him.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, continue.
I stopped making content for like a year, and then 2020 when the lockdown started, I came back because
No,
I was
it
like,
wasn't
I'm at
2020,
home. Why
was
would I
it?
do schoolwork? Why would I do schoolwork if I'm not at school? You know. So basically, I just slacked off a whole year. Well, I did a little bit, but that was pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I started making more Nintendo games side of things. Also played mobile games like Dragon Ball Legends and stuff like that,
Mm.
included
Doodle
with the
jump.
gacha animating. Yeah.
Doodle jump.
From Minecraft to Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I started
Clash
playing
of
Minecraft
Clans.
as well. Yep. Clash of Clans, Clash Royale was a good one as well.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay compared to Clash of Clans.
Oh yeah, compared to
Didn't
Clash
really
of Clans.
get into it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, really, that's when it took off a little bit. That's when I first got 100 subscribers. And then I decided to go on Twitch. And the first streamer I watched was Nathan.
Oh.
Oh, really?
All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember now. Yeah.
First streamer I watched was Nathan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
So
The
that was when I
coincidence, dang.
first met Nathan. I've known him for 3-4 years now. And I believe from there I like he's the one that inspired me to start streaming on Twitch.
Mhm.
So I did. I was playing like GTA, Minecraft, just doing random things, not really
Oh, that's
getting
cool.
much. Maximum 2 viewers. And then
Oh.
I thought, okay, I'm doing all the popular games and they're not working. What can I do? And then I realized, why don't I do something I actually enjoy? Skylanders.
Mm-hmm.
And that is when Mr.
Ah.
Hero came to light. I changed the name, pretty much rebranded everything to Mr. Hero, and started making Skylanders content. And ever since that day, everything just shot up. I went from getting 2 viewers minimum to having like 10.
Sheesh, man.
That's
Awesome.
nice. Really awesome to
And
hear.
I was getting raids left and right from other bigger Skylanders content creators. I've been in collabs with. I mean, I've spoken to one of the biggest Skylander content creators, not FGTV, but of the modern day, if you know what I mean.
For context, for me that have no idea about those kind of stuff, do you know who is that?
Oh, his name was Boombringer.
Oh, okay.
He still makes content, but he doesn't make a lot now because, number one, Skylanders content, since there's no new games, it's kind of difficult to make content on a game which doesn't have any new updates or
yeah, it's really
anything
kind of
like
hard.
that.
It's hard to actually make content on stuff that actually doesn't get any update. I
Yeah.
understand why people can actually do content right now or still do content on Minecraft because how
Oh yeah, they're
creative you
always
can-
updating.
Yeah, because it's not only not always updating. The fact that you can be seriously super creative with the stuff you can do, I think that's definitely opened a lot of doors for everybody.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. Also, don't mind my dog barking. Just heard something outside, and now he wants to
Dog
bark
is
at
cute.
everything.
Dog is
He keeps barking.
There's a
Dog-
doggo.
Don't do the dog do the job. Do dog doing the job.
Well,
Yes.
the first
dog
time,
is
the
shished.
first time I got introduced to Minecraft was through my little brother. Actually,
Oh, that's
he
nice.
had his skin was a bear apparently, but to me it looked like a penguin.
Yeah, that's
Free
kid in
spirit.
I get
Minecraft
just
can
And I
be
was
weird.
like,
Right.
hey, what the heck is this? And then I did some research and I actually got into it myself because I was like, this is Legos cooler. And my
Well,
brother would never play with me, so I just did my thing.
Okay, nice.
it is
Uh,
something.
okay, Mr. Hero, do you
Yeah.
have more stuff to say?
Yeah, so basically I went from not doing... So we made our own content basically for Skyrim. So we made like Nuzlocke challenges. If you don't know what they are, I can explain it.
Those
And-
challenges are very
Explain
cool.
it, please.
So basically a Nuzlocke is when you have a certain amount of characters that you're allowed to use, preferably one from each element. And if you lose that certain character, you can't use them again. And if you lose all of them, you have to restart the game.
Oh,
Damn.
The same. The
It's kind of like Pokemon.
Nuzlocke.
Yeah, there's...
Pokemon Nuzlocke are like you have a limited amount of characters.
We kind of
you're
stole
allowed
the
to
idea
use.
from Pokemon, to be fair.
You know the one. You know the one specific elements. I know the one you and can only catch one each route.
Yeah.
That's one I know.
Yeah. We pretty much just stole the Nuzlocke idea from Pokemon. And then
Yeah.
we made our own speedrun category, and that's now on speedrun.com, by the way. It's called Ultimate Nightmare Mode, which is we have to play
Dang.
through the game on the hardest difficulty, and we're only allowed to use one character.
oh, wow.
Sheesh.
And if you
That's
die with
quite a
that one
challenge.
character, no matter how you get, you have to restart from the beginning.
Man,
Damn.
that's
So you
crazy.
have to know that character inside out if you want to win.
I
Right.
see. Okay, that's
Yeah,
cool.
and then from there I was
What a
on
challenge.
races, like they were doing live races, and I was asked if I wanted to do commentary on some of them. Being an absolute introvert, I was like, do I want to? And then I said yes, and then
Dang.
it was a big test, but it all worked out in the end. It was pretty fun.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
That's
okay.
absolutely nice. Awesome.
Yeah. I
Okay.
got asked if I wanted to host a race as well at some point. I was like, yeah, but my Wi-Fi is pretty bad, so...
yeah, yeah, we know
Can't
about
do
your
that.
amazing Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
only
we all
happened
know
when I
about Wi-Fi.
moved. So when I moved, I couldn't
mean-
stream for a couple of months because getting new Wi-Fi completely messed up everything. And then I carried on with YouTube content, tried to stream a couple of months later, didn't work. Tried again, successful one stream, and then
Back to dog shit.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I just decided, okay, it's
Back to
YouTube
playing
from
with
now
shit.
on.
Back to playing with poo-poo.
Yep. It's YouTube from now on.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the story of Mr.
Oh.
Hero.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Awesome.
Bravo.
Any questions?
How'd you get your name?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I should have mentioned that question. So, story time.
Story time.
I know I've had enough story time, but I got an extra one. So I used to. So on YouTube, I played a bit of Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, and in the Lost Woods, the Koroks call you Mr. Hero. And I decided, and I was thinking about it. Like I listened to it a couple of times. It said Mr. Hero, and I was like, interesting name.
That's
And that's how it
cool.
went. And then after that, I heard it again. And I was like, right, I'm using that as YouTube.
Yeah,
Nintendo, sue me.
I can actually understand that. Actually, I'm actually kind of the same. I was actually kind of close to do something similar to that. The thing is, I was a very big Jack and Dexter fan, and I was so big fan of Jack and Dexter that every time I have like the naming thing of a character, I always write Jack.
Narrative Dexter.
Yeah, no. So it was actually if I just like in the last second I actually decided to Sora because I thought that I want to be much more original in the name, so I actually decided to go with Sora from Kingdom Hearts instead of Jack from Jack and Dexter because it just felt too much like Jack. It felt kind of weird.
Jacksepticeye.
Yeah, and I decided I will go with Sora. I think that make much more nicer. And I can definitely get that. Okay.
That's cool.
Okay.
There's no avoiding it now.
Yeah.
Crash.
Yeah, Crash.
There's
Your
no way
turn.
to avoid it now.
Your turn. Your therapy session
You
is
wanna
starting
know
now.
The lore.
Here we go.
Starting the,
The
lore.
lore of Crash. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Oh no.
Let's do it.
Come on. Cringe time. Come on,
I'm
go.
thinking. My brain is soft, okay? Give me a second. My brain is so soft.
One.
Like your paper
Okay.
bag.
Yeah, my paper bag indents easy.
Sorry, I had to pull
crumple
that
it.
one.
Okay. Huh. Pretty much when I was a kid, maybe like 2010 or I don't know. Maybe I was like 4 years old. I think I had like my first like PlayStation 1.
Mm.
I was introduced to like mainly gaming just through like a lot of my family and cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like literally the only thing I had was like a PlayStation. That was it. And I didn't have any games because back then, you know, you had to buy a save card. You had to buy video games. And then I never had a save card
yeah.
and I didn't have any money. So it was like,
The conundrum
okay,
when
I
you
just
were a
have a
kid.
console.
Yeah, back in the day, I had the games but no save card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you could play the game straight off the disc and not have to download.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of discs that I bought
miss those
myself
days.
with my own
So
hard-earned
much
money.
easier.
Okay. Crash to crash. Okay. Crash. Yes.
So essentially, I never got to own like really any games or consoles. Any video game I got for the PlayStation, I got it just hand me downs from my cousins because
No.
we couldn't afford any video games. Because even the
understandable.
console itself was just like a gift from like a father that's not in my life.
Oh.
So it's just like, oh, here's a
Thanks.
console, bye. So
okay.
everything I had was just like hand me downs. So any PlayStation games I had, hand me downs. Then eventually I just used everyone else's console. And that's how I got, you know, learning anything at all about video games and just enjoying them. So then later on in life, I think maybe when I was like 10, 11 or 12, something like that, I got like super creative into just making stuff. I used to love like Iron Man, like how he
Oh.
made his suits and how like his repulsor was made a specific way and all these cool parts. So I just like
We're talking about the
binge, like,
Marvel.
the
We're talking
internet.
about the movie.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
Marvel Iron Man.
Oh, okay.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Because
Um,
what I'm asking is because there was actually an Iron Man show and there's Iron Man movie.
I love Armored
yes.
Warriors, I think is what
There
it
are
is,
also
or
the
Armored
comics.
something.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, comics are good.
Of course. Of course. Hello, Samasha. Welcome to stream. Hello.
Hey, Smaza.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome.
Hi.
Smasher.
Okay, yeah.
Hi,
Crash,
Smaza.
continue. Crash, continue. Continue with your story.
Of course. So then
Give me what your tail.
essentially because a lot of like the Marvel movies, I got like into the internet more. And that's when I like discovered like YouTube and like how to make stuff on YouTube. Like, oh, you can get a piece of cardboard and print out a piece of paper and like they'll like print out the design. So you're able to like replicate like a fictional, like, you know what like props are? You guys do
Oh.
Yeah.
like cosplay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like in a sense, it would like I would try to like cosplay as like Iron Man.
Hmm.
So
Okay,
I would
that's
like
cool.
spend my
Yeah,
weeks
that's
just
cool.
binging videos and trying to find a way to. I didn't even know how to print out paper. I would like try to draw it out, and I'd make so many things. I'd try to make my own stuff, and like eventually, I guess it just got like too much for like my parents, and they essentially were just like, you have too much crap. You're drawing like crazy. I feel like you're wasting time. So they decided to grab
Yes.
everything I
can know
ever
that.
made, all my drawings, they put it in a trash bag and threw it out.
Oh boy.
No.
Yeah.
Oh
Custody.
boy.
Yeah.
No, Marvel does not suck, Smaza. How dare you?
Yeah.
No, are
So-
you being sarcastic or are you being real?
No, I'm being straight real.
No. We actually.
No, Smaza.
She actually say Marvel sucks right now.
Oh.
Well, the
Marvel does
movies.
not suck. Marvel is
How dare you?
beast.
Marvel doesn't suck. You take that back.
I think you're being
Also,
sarcastic.
by the way, I really liked inventing stuff back in the day. So my first thing I built was a ice cream robot out of paper, cardboard, and sticky tape.
Oh, I did that as well
Nice.
at school.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
That was one of my
That
projects.
reminds me.
That was not a school project. I just basically thought about it, like, yo, what can I invent? And I just started doing it.
Robot.
Robot that's dispense ice cream.
Paper
or their
robot.
hand.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
You designed
I,
Circus Baby. That makes sense.
Okay,
yeah, I used to
people,
make
people,
vending
people,
machines out of
people.
Legos.
Hey, crash. It's crash talk. now.
Right.
It's it's crashing
sorry.
down.
It's okay. It's
Sorry,
okay.
sorry.
It's okay. Essentially, just to like speed run it a bit. Get into a lot of YouTube, watching like epic rap battles of history. Watch like
Oh, that's
PewDiePie,
awesome.
I love
Markiplier.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Since I couldn't
Nostalgia.
create anything, that I just started to
All the
binge.
nostalgia is coming back to me now.
Oh yeah, I loved it. Watching PewDiePie and Markiplier and all these different creators, it would be amazing. And
Yeah, they're definitely.
those guys are like my huge inspiration.
the good
just
days.
Yeah, they're a
being
really big
creative.
inspiration to a lot of content creators.
Those were the
A
good
lot.
old days.
Especially gaming.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, they were awesome. It was like the peak of YouTube. Like everybody, especially since like like you could say whatever you want on YouTube, pretty much.
Yeah. Good old
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, that was that's really that's not a really good stuff that has been done back in YouTube and stuff.
I'm glad Crash
Okay,
talk, bro.
Crash, continue.
Yeah,
Don't listen to them.
yeah. Crash,
No, you're
continue, please.
I kept watching. I forgot what I think they were called like MD Mobile or Media Mobile. I don't know what they were called,
Mhm.
but I kept like
think I know who
binge
you're talking
watching
about.
them on creating different props. It was always like my thing where I just loved creating props. It was so much fun.
Hmm.
But every time I made
Mhm.
something, it was just thrown away. Then I
Aw.
eventually just got
No.
into video
That's
games.
annoying.
Loved it. Loved the Xbox 360 and all that fun. And I'm trying to. Eventually, middle school came. A couple of my friends got into like making like comic books because it was like a bigger thing back then. Like, oh, we'd get comic books and read them and like imagine yourself being that character.
Oh yeah.
So we used to make comic books as a kid. Beyblades were amazing. They were like the
Oh,
coolest
yeah.
Beyblades.
thing in the
Understand.
world.
Beyblades. Oh, they're
Yeah.
beautiful things.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, I did make it's like 1 and 2. I made puns. I wrote puns in it.
Oh, okay.
That was when I was like maybe also around 6.
Shadow.
Yeah.
Oh, you like lagged a bit.
Yeah, you lag a bit there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did I lag? Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, I
Yep,
can hear
yep,
you.
yep.
Yeah.
Testing.
Okay, I
we can
made
hear you
like
definitely.
I made like 2 or 3 comics myself, like a page, and I wrote
Mm.
puns in it. I was like 4 around there.
All the jokes you could think of.
Mm,
Yes,
I see.
some of them were cheese related.
Of course.
Okay, Chaos, continue.
Chaos.
Let's continue.
Chaos.
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 Chaos continue.
Yeah.
Chaos control.
Emeralds. Yes.
I love it. Chaos continue.
Oh.
Anyway, Crash. Go for it.
Crash.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
um,
my brain stopped working for a
No,
second.
you're good. I love it. I love giving people those good memories of it as a kid, especially those
Yeah.
eras. It was so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
yeah.
Yeah.
There's some good
essentially
stuff back
got
then.
into Beyblades, comic books, trying to figure out, like, hey, I'm like a super creative person, and you have the people in your life that are trying to like put it in your head that you will never get anywhere with that bullshit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Those are just those types
Like
of
me
people.
writing
Yep.
a lot of potential game scripts for Pokemon games.
That's
Games.
awesome.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I wanted to send it to Nintendo, but with that age I didn't know how to do it.
that would be awesome. Imagine they're like, oh, this is a really good script. Like, so how much can we buy it off you?
Whatever.
youngest
Money
producer of a
didn't
Nintendo
money
game.
didn't mean anything to me. I just wanted the games to be like that. I was like,
Yeah, I
this
just
would
I
have
just
been
want
so
you guys
much
to make a
better
good
if we
game.
put this in the games.
Yeah, I just want you guys to make
Yeah.
a better game. So
Yeah.
here you
Yeah,
go.
basically.
yeah, which they're not kind of listening right now. If you ask me, they know how to actually make game fun. That I will give to Nintendo. But the thing is that they don't always make sure that it will be 100% absolutely awesome all the time. Like
Money.
because money,
It's
yes,
always
Yes,
Everything
money.
geared
Money.
towards children. every
Yeah.
like
Not awesome,
game
it's
is
just
just
money
based
grab,
off of
bro.
for children.
Yeah.
Like,
Minecraft
that's what
movie.
Nintendo is.
Okay, Crash. Do you have more thing to talk about?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
No.
We have time.
Um, essentially got into comic books, got into YouTube, watched Smosh, watched a whole bunch of different creators. I had like a YouTube channel. I played a lot of mobile games and like screen record myself. Eventually there was like an app called Live. It was like a purple app with like a star.
Yeah, I know what one you mean.
Used to like live stream myself, literally just like riding my bikes, just whatever, because I just love doing anything creative. And eventually tried to do YouTube. Didn't really work out because, starting out, you don't even know what the heck to do.
Yeah.
You don't really have equipment. You just got a phone and you're just recording anything. And
Yeah, when you're starting
eventually,
those kind of stuff, you never know what you actually want to do. Everybody actually. I think everybody here can definitely vouch for the fact that even though they're thinking like they know
They
what
do
they're
nothing
doing,
to help with small content creators.
yeah, we're still continuing doing some random stuff. Thank you for the love, by the way, Samasha. And everybody,
Yes, thanks, Maza.
and everybody just trying to figure out what they still want to do, because you probably can just out of nowhere, when you continue doing content, you can actually find yourself just doing A, and then you figure out you actually want to enjoy more doing actually B, and then you're actually doing more B. And that's kind of stuff that I think happens to everybody as they evolve as a content creator.
mhm,
Okay, back to Crash.
Yeah, back to Crash.
yeah,
Back to the
I
way.
literally like when I was a kid, I'll never forget the first day I did like my first YouTube video. In my head, I always thought no one, like only a specific type of person or like company was allowed to make a YouTube channel. I didn't know it was like free or like you were able to just make it anytime you want. I thought like, oh, you have to be like famous or something to like even make a YouTube channel because I didn't know anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Lol.
made content, those things are all private now on a whole different other channel. But getting to what I am now, I eventually, work was mainly my entire life, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Been working for like almost 10 years straight. It fucking sucks. But I've always wanted to do something creative. That's been my main thing for years since I was a kid. I was just like, I've always wanted to be either a YouTuber or just a social media person because it's just so much fun to create videos and help people. It's so much fun.
I agree. It's really fun to do
So,
content. It's always fun.
hell yeah. And just learning,
All
like, oh
I
my God, you
wanted
can do
to
this on
do
your
was
phone.
be myself, be accepted as who I am, and make friends that way. And the only way I was online.
Yeah, I agree with that. I absolutely agree. I think
I did. By the way, I did not see myself as a human at any point of time.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
My
What?
mom kept reminding me that she thinks I'm an alien. Something.
That's awesome.
I mean,
Call me. I would love to be an
Yeah.
alien or even be
yeah.
called it. Yeah, you're a fucking alien, mate. Hell yeah, I'm a freaking alien. You're just mad because you're a fucking boring.
You're a boring human.
I remember my first.
Also, you never asked me how. Lol.
You just
You
lagged
asked everyone.
again.
You got lagged, dude.
Hello, stupid Mike. Can you hear me?
Yes. I was gonna ask
Yes, we
you.
can hear you.
I was gonna ask you your name when I was done my thing because I forgot.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
It's funny that Crash always have the question. Question the only one that ever
Yeah, I
has
get it. Yeah, like, hey, you asked
I'm like
everyone
this
else, but you
everywhere.
skipped me. Why?
So, Crash, how did you get your name?
Yeah, how'd you get your name,
I
Crash?
gotta ask Shadow first.
All right. Well, since I always was an outsider, like nobody treated me as a human, saw myself. I was like someone on the sidelines, always there, but nobody knows you. Respect you, doesn't talk to you, unless you somehow make physical contact. Otherwise, that's why I could do so much shit, like playing on my Game Boy in lessons. So I got to Shadow. That's the most accurate name for me, really.
Cool name.
Okay,
I love
very cool.
Shadow.
And I always stuck with Shadow from there. Like I started off with Shadow 2244. Then I went through Shadow the Otaku. I changed it for a little bit, like to Masculine. but it wasn't. I loved my puns. Okay, I had to go, and it was the Camion cosplay. Then we have then we gotten back to Nostalgic Shadow, where I was like, yeah, I want to play retro games or something that can bring back nostalgia for everyone on my
Nice.
YouTube channel.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's how I got to my name.
That's awesome. Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really awesome. You got the
Okay,
Shadow the
Crash,
Goat.
where'd you get your name from?
Yeah, here we go. We're going back to you. Coming back to you, Crash.
Nearly got
Like
out
I'll
of
tell
it.
you. I'll
you
tell
call
you when
yourself
I'm
Crash,
done
but you're a paper
talking.
bag guy. How
I'll
does
tell
that
you
work?
when I'm done telling my story.
Oh, okay,
So it
go.
could just be
Oh, right.
fun.
Okay, so finish it.
So essentially, now later on in my adulthood, since I've always wanted to do something creative, eventually I think I don't know who I just kept looking up like how to do like faceless content because I never wanted to show my face. That's just one insecurity about me that I just, even though like people have told me like, oh, you don't even look bad, it's just my mind just tells me like, bro, you're not good to look at, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to say it in like a bad way. So I kept looking, oh, how to start a faceless channel, like how to start a YouTube channel without showing your face. And then VTubing popped up and I was like, what the frick is VTubing? Like, what the hell is this? And I watched a bunch of different YouTubers and eventually, I forgot his name, is like Thor Lore, something like that. He looks like a red octopus. I went on Twitch and he was like the first person I saw and I just kept asking him questions and he was just like super nice. Same thing, I think Kenji, right? That's like he's like super famous. I commented a couple times and he was giving me advice too. I was just like, oh my God, like, you know what? Frick it, I'll try it. You know, I first tried to make my own, didn't like how it came out. Eventually, I just went on like Etsy and found this paper bag fuck you're talking to for like a couple bucks. And I was like, oh, you know what? This seems pretty cool. I like how, you know, he's kind of different from everyone else because everyone else is like super like complex. You know, everyone has their cool suit.
Want to
Like,
keep it simple and
style.
stand out that way. Good
Yeah.
go.
And yeah, the way I got my name Crash was I used to like all I kept thinking was like I used like ChatGPT to like help me come up with names. And I wanted to be Shadow. That was one of them. Definitely wanted to have a Shadow name.
Very overused.
Yes. So then I was just like, oh,
Overused.
what is a cool name that I could think of? And then I thought of a show that they used to have on Disney XD that was called Crash and Bernstein. And I was like, oh, Crash and Bernstein. That's like that's a cool show. And then I thought of Crash Bandicoot. And I was like, oh, can I do Crash Bandicoot? Nope, it's already taken. So then I just went through a line of Crash names and then I got like Crash Showcase. And then that's my name. That's why it's like Crash SHW is supposed to mean like showcase at the end. But it's just I don't want Crash Showcase to be a whole big name because it just looks weird. So I just put Crash SHW.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
I'll be honest, I don't see any others named Mr. Hero, so I think I made a good choice with my name.
Or you did
I
it at the
actually have
right
a question.
time. Yeah.
But like as my name, I know it's very overused, but nothing else felt right. Like this is me. I have to
Nice.
stick to it.
Okay, nice.
Everybody
Feels
abuses
good,
it
right?
just as the word dark or shady and stuff like that. Like I want to be
hedgehog.
cool. Like yeah,
Or
like, I want to be
hedgehog.
cool like Shadow the Hedgehog. But me, I stand to it because it's my persona. It's like that's how I feel like
Okay,
me.
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Okay.
That's why I had to stick
yeah,
with it.
yeah,
Despite all of
but
it.
yeah, Crush. I have a question.
Question.
Sure, go ahead.
Why is your see a guy with a bag on his head?
What?
Wait, say it again.
What? I didn't understand it as well.
Why is your OC a guy with a bag on his head?
Oh.
I guess. Well, first, because it was cheap. I'm gonna be so honest with you. When I was going into VTubing, I did not know what I wanted. I saw everyone else having this like awesome creative models, and I kept like going through Etsy. There was so many. I could have been Shadow the Hedgehog if I really wanted to. And I chose like the
I
bag
feel like my
over his
best thing
head.
would have been Shadow the Hedgehog way before you, if you could.
Yeah.
I had a I loved how like the guy with the bag over his head just looks so cool because just like you can't see me, you know. I don't want you. That's like the whole premise of like why I even do VTubing is because I just don't. I hate seeing my face. It's like the one thing I hate about myself. So I guess the bag over my head is just like a good indicator. It's just like you're never gonna see my face. It's just always covered. I guess. I don't.
You're not gonna catch me.
Yeah.
That's also me with my issue. Like everybody tells me I'm an alien, yada yada. That's how I feel like, basically. And then I see this human thing in the mirror. I'm like, the fuck is this? Get rid
What
of
is
my
this
eyes,
creature?
bro.
Oh,
What
that's
is this creature?
creature.
What
This
is
is
this
Sophie, what the heck
non-existent
is this?
What is
creature?
this creature?
Since then, I just
Burn it.
felt it like a universe trying to fucking kill me at any moment. That's why I'm avoiding mirrors.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I just wanted to say one more thing.
Go for it.
So I did not know anything about VTubing, streaming, anything like that. The one thing that I just find so insane about the VTuber PNG, like any type of community, is how crazy people are just so nice. And I
I
never
agree.
like understood it. Like even like it's just crazy. Like I when I first started like the whole Discord I have, I just started hitting up people on Twitter. I was just like, hey, do you want to collab? I don't even know what collabing is, but let's hang out. I don't know. And then it turned into like a group chat with like 5 people. And they were just so
Dang.
nice and just helpful. Like even when they didn't even know me. They're just like, oh, you need help setting this up? Sure, I got you. Hop on a call. It's like, I don't even know you, and you're taking time out of your day to even help me. Just
Yeah, there
insane.
are some awesome people in Discord or streaming and stuff like that. That just really amazing to know. This is why I always open to anybody to talk with, because you can never know what kind of person you can actually know, and it's always fun to know new people, get new experience, learn about. Mr. Hero, we can hear you typing.
I'm not typing, I'm pressing my controller.
Lol.
Yeah, we
Playing Marvel
remember.
Rivals again?
No.
No.
Playing Pickle Park. You need to play Pickle Park.
Hell no.
Pickle Park. Why I'm saying Pickle Park? Because this dude absolutely destroy his keyboard.
Oh, yeah, I know what you
Yeah,
VTubing sounds cool.
We don't need to talk about the
Yeah.
spacebar.
He
The
absolutely
spacebar's
What
fine.
is?
he absolutely destroyed the
I
space
quite
bar.
enjoyed myself.
I did
Yeah,
not.
It's easier to
VTubing
express yourself
is
through
the best.
VTubing, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
yeah. We're
Best
doing it.
community, best people.
Absolutely.
I don't really see any like big time drama with anyone. It's the best place to, I guess, express yourself.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's it's because VTubing kind of help a lot of people express themselves much more easier when they are compared to when they are IRL, because this way they can just be themselves and not trying to lie to people or just trying to be someone
And
else.
then they can design the characters, like the personas, in a way so people can actually see their real selves on the outside as well, not just the
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's
Helps them visualize things.
Yeah, I agree. I think VTubing become a very nice way to express yourself in a way that you can actually feel okay with yourself and just do whatever you want to do and say whatever you want to say without any kind of filters, or feel like you are getting want to say something but you don't want to say that because that. But I think it's a really great.
I cannot say that. I'm the fucking president.
Honestly,
Hand me my
society just
banhammer.
makes everything 10 times worse. Like some people have like maybe a disability or, scarring or
And
even
yeah,
just
people don't
trauma, and
really
it's
want to
always
share this trauma with anyone. So it's easy to cover up this way.
Yeah, that's why I got my inspiration from Ira Mouse, because like I said, she's a person that is actually just stuck to her bed and didn't have any way to actually go around with the world, and just she absolutely just stuck in her home. And that's
Well, until you mentioned this today, I didn't even know that.
Oh,
Actually.
really? You didn't know? Oh,
I thought my actual impression of her was very energetic and very lovable, but her energy type was a bit much for me, to be honest.
The thing is, she become much more energetic as years go by, because she actually because she's feeling much more better, and because she
Well,
feels much more better, she actually become much more
I only
energetic.
watched her shit like only like 2 years ago, so I probably have missed a lot.
It can help you
Yes, it
expressing
can help you
yourself better
express
through
yourself better.
VTubing. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely agree with that, Sumasha. Absolutely, yeah.
Yes,
Um,
Oh,
Maza,
can I
I
ask
agree.
something? Can I ask something? Can I ask something?
yeah, of
Yes,
course,
yes,
I
yes.
go.
think you
Yeah,
told
yeah, go,
me.
go.
I think you told me this before, but I just like asking
Yeah, go.
questions.
Sure.
Um, you guys say you like the way you guys met, and like, why did you guys, I guess, decide on maybe like the logo or even the name of your like group?
Oh, so basically, me and Lior became besties first. Then we met Sora. Then we met Laura. Then we met Nathan,
And
Maya, and
Maya.
then the rest.
Yeah.
And then while we were adding Maya to the group, Nathan suggested we should become a VTubing group, having a Minecraft server and Blue Sky and Twitter for our group.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm.
were like, okay, we are already like a group, so why not? Basically.
Yeah,
So we helped setting everything up, and Leo came up with the design.
Yeah.
that's
Lior and
awesome.
Maya.
Yeah,
Lior and Maya.
to be
Okay,
honest,
Maya as well. But Maya was also
Maya
preoccupied,
was
so it
the
was
one who
mainly
helped
Lior.
design the first one. I designed the emblem that you have in the Discord group right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Yes. Right.
awesome.
Yeah. And yeah, from that point forward, we become a streaming team, and we like every time there's some like a collab or something like that, and we are announcing that. At least I do. I'm trying to
Yeah,
announce.
that's your job. I'm editing the videos.
Yeah, and Shadow is
That's awesome.
in charge of editing the
Yeah,
video.
Shadow's our video producer.
Yeah, I'm in charge.
That's
That's
right.
awesome.
I'm in charge of all those bozos. By the way, I'm in charge of everybody, all those bozos.
He's our manager.
Yeah,
I
he's
Yeah,
a
love it.
manager, right?
I love it.
And
I
we
love how
respect
you
him a
guys.
lot.
I love how you guys bring each
Not
other
sure
up
about
and
yeah,
help each other out.
yeah,
Awesome.
but just to be real, everybody here is really awesome, and I always love all the thing that they always do. They're always trying to do their best, and I always appreciate that stuff.
Aww.
I'm being real. I'm being real.
Aw.
It's not that easy. Not a lot of people are actually going to do what they're actually saying that they're going to do. Most people that you actually getting are probably going to either just going to half-ass it and just going on with their life and stuff like that. But not a lot of people are actually that dedicated to what they're actually doing, and it's always fun to actually
Yeah.
talk with them. Always fun to actually doing a collab with everybody. And
I don't help
Mm.
Holly do stuff. I do them whole or nothing.
yeah, I am can
Most of the
understand
time,
that.
I'm just there, to be honest. I'm mostly just here for
Yeah.
the. Well, I try and do other things, but like most of the time, it's just collabs. Make sure everyone has a good time.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
I think that's the point of it. I think that's the point of it,
Actually,
just having a good time and having
when I
fun.
first met you, Mr. Hero, I was like, yo, this guy could be possibly maybe trying to take over my spot. I'm gonna make
I would
sure
never
he's not
dream
gonna
of
take
it.
over my
I'm
spot.
going to
And
kill
afterwards,
him.
I actually no, I wasn't thinking about killing, but like,
I know.
you sussy, if you're trying to take my job, I'm gonna freaking take you
I
and
had a tiny target on my back.
but still, afterwards I felt like, yeah, you're not the same person or trying to take my job, but I can vibe with you. I'm like, okay, you're gonna be one of my better friends.
I have my eyes on you, Kowalski. I have
I
my
Well, that was my
eyes
am
first
on you.
impression. That was
But
my
then
first
I can't
impression
edit to
for
save my
the
life.
I'm
first like.
watching Mike Wazowski.
Well, that was my first
Always
impression.
watching.
Hello, that was my first impression when we
Sorry.
were on the first call. But after that call, I was like, nah, we chill.
Yeah,
Nah, we chill. We chilling.
we
Yeah.
chill.
Ever since when we
chilling.
just play
Oh,
Marvel Rivals with
just
Tree.
one more
Yeah.
question, and
Actually, each
I'll
time we
stop.
play Marvel Rivals, I feel like we're bonding a bit more each
Oh
time.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's
Yeah.
really been fun. Okay, Crash. Yes.
Just one more question, and I'll stop. Okay, and
No, we love
I'm gonna
questions. Ask
I'm
more.
gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh. Whoever I have DM'd individually in this call, did I sound
Sora.
like a bot? Yes or no?
No, for me,
Yeah,
no.
what?
For me, no.
It was Sora. It was
It,
probably
it
Sora.
was me. It was me. Is
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
definitely did well. First of all, you DM Nathan, if I'm not wrong, or
Oh.
no. It's sorry. It was Shadow User's first DM, And then because I
Oh,
know about it,
right. You were trying to connect Sora and then you came to me on Twitter.
no, he was trying to actually
Right.
contact with us on the Vive Ventures thingy on the socials. And the thing is that because I'm not always available on that stuff, because I always need to be on my PC when I'm on that, because it's not on my phone. So I didn't saw your message. And then you talked with Shadow, and then
yeah,
he
you
told me
contacted me
about
instead.
it, and then I talked to you. So you were the first
Yeah.
one. So yeah. So that's how it
Did I
works.
It
sound
was
like
a
a
round
bot?
around, I
Alex,
guess.
Or
Good.
no?
No, actually,
Everyone I
no.
DM told me I sound like a bot.
No, I actually didn't think you
No,
sound like
actually,
a
you
bot.
don't.
No,
You don't sound like a bot, bro.
no, that
You
was
don't
not my
talk
first
about it
impression.
all, buddy. You're good.
You did.
I didn't say. I mean, when I first talked to you, I didn't think that you sound like a bot or anything like that. No, absolutely not. No,
Yeah, everyone I got in the group, like the whole Discord, I was
really.
just like, did I sound like a bot when I like texted you? They're like, bro, I thought you were a scammer. I was like, what? Like, bro, I got so scared joining
Megahan?
this Discord.
Crash. I have the better possibility of being a scammer than you, buddy.
Why is that?
Hey.
Why is that?
Because of my sense of humor. I would do it
Ah,
for a living if I wasn't such a douche.
I see. I see.
You are
Makes
not
sense.
a douche.
I can be if I want to.
No.
You need to do.
This is
You
so
need to go to
funny.
the shower. These
This
two need to go to
achievement
the shower.
unlocked.
Achievement unlocked. Go to the shower.
That'd be an awesome achievement.
Oh boy. Okay, that was
That's
great.
great. Go shower.
Okay, that was a really great podcast with all of you.
Yeah.
We definitely need to finish right now. It's getting late, and
Yes, I'm feeling very tired. I'm about to sleep on my chair.
yeah, and I
Dang,
Also
actually
you
another
guys have a
thing.
great night.
Just
then.
a little add-on. I always hated trying to be part of a group. Like I never wanted to fit in anything, so I always went up. Unless I didn't feel it was me.
you've been caught up, Shadow. You've been
You
caught up.
carved like three
Again,
times in a
you
row.
stupid
And they are
monkey.
being
So
cut off.
cool.
You carved like three
No.
times in a row.
Fuck my life.
Oh.
That's my luck, guys. That's what
You
happens
guys
on a
are
daily
awesome.
basis.
Keep up the amazing work. You guys are amazing freaking people.
Thank you guys.
Aw.
Thank you to you
Keep up the
too.
amazing work. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. I have someone I want us to raid.
Come here.
So let's. I'm gonna write it
Okay,
on
okay.
on the
Yeah,
chat
Discord.
stuff.
Right on Discord when we help you raid.
Yeah. Okay. So let's rate that person, and that will be all for today. Sora. Yes. Ace. Yes. What?
What's
Yes.
up, Ace?
Yeah. What's up, Ace? Let me on the on. Right
Next
now.
time on
Next-
Dragon Ball Z.
Next time on the next podcast. Next time, it sounds actually much more like it sounds like something from a very old sitcom. Next time on the old Dragon Ball Z.
I've reached
show.
250k channel points. Say goodbye to your save file soon.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh no! Oh no!
On what
What?
game?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Okay,
What do you
let's-
mean?
Until he gets to a
okay,
final boss.
Okay, let me explain. I have a redeem that's calls the button of doom, and that means that if you actually use that, it's mean that I have to delete the save file of the game that I'm playing right now. It cannot be used on online games like Genshin or Final Fantasy 13 or something like that. But other games, if you actually use it on those games, I'll have to start from the beginning, from the start.
Dang.
Oh, use it on Super Mario
Awesome.
64.
You have that.
Well, Super Mario 64 I actually finished, so I don't
Damn
I
it.
need to care about. So let's
Okay,
care about that.
what
Damn
game
it.
is it? What game is it?
I don't know. This is a decision. The next time on Sora
That's
Chaos
very
Podcast.
random. You're not playing a game.
The thing is that tomorrow I'm actually playing Persona 5 Royal, and that's where I'm absolutely very afraid of. I'm really afraid of that.
Oh no.
Persona 5
That's a very
reset?
long
Ah,
game.
man.
Because we're
Are
talking about the
you stream
game.
tomorrow? Of course I am, Nathan.
Next time on
Don't slam your
Sora
mom's
Dragon
too often
Ball
argument.
Z.
Oh, that is murder. That's murder right
By
there if you do
Adventure
that.
Z.
Yeah. Okay, everybody, make sure to rate the person that wrote on Twitch, on
Not great.
not Twitch, Discord, and yeah,
Or maybe I'll
let's go.
save it till 750k, so I'll get 2 buttons. Damn.
Ooh.
2 buns of doom.
Or maybe I will save it. Oh my god, you're
It's okay.
crazy. Well, you can do that. Just so you know, Ace, if you redeem one,
Bruh.
if you
Glad you
redeem
have
one of
that.
them, the next stream after that, the price will be double. So if it's 250, the next stream it will be 500. So very much
Dang. What?
500,000.
500,000. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's over
500,000.
Yeah.
You have a lot of grinding to do. Get watching.
Yeah. Get watching. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Now only
It's
try
over
once, man.
9,000.
Okay,
It's
so
made out of chocolate.
It's over 9,000!
yeah, let's rate everybody.
Fantastic.
Okay. So thank you everybody for coming to the stream. I hope you had a good time. And for all those people that watching from
Yeah.
recording from YouTube or Twitch, if you managed to get to this point, you're absolutely awesome, and I seriously appreciate it. So for all those people from the future, present, and the past, I will see you awesome people on the next stream. Bye bye. Thank you for this podcast. Thank you very much for coming.
Bye bye.
See you later, alligator.
Bye bye.
Bye.